Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got guests in studio.
We do indeed.
From Groove Soaps, we've got Nas and Jason. How you guys doing?
Doing absolutely
Fantastic.
wonderful.
So this is odd for us because this is a project that we actually started a long time ago.
Oh, man.
like when
It's like 09.
it's been months in the making, right?
It really-
like
Just over a year.
yeah. And so you guys, after you were on the show about a year ago, you guys reached out and you're like, hey, let's do a Tom and Dan soap.
Yeah.
And then we thought about it and we're like, let's do one where the profits go to charity because it
There you
seems
go.
like, I don't know, if for some reason the soap
Well, it makes us look
charity
good, too.
seem like yeah.
It's one of those things where when
It's a
you
win-win.
do it, instantly people think you're better than you are. So, like, I'm all for the charity aspect of everything.
Yeah. And it's like, this is like a handmade, really nice product. And then like after we split the profits and then, we're talking about small margins here. So I was like, let's go charity route.
Yeah.
And then
We're very much like
it's
a big corporation. If we can't make $150,000
Yeah, we don't even want to do it.
executing some sort of event, we don't. Yeah, he doesn't even have the
Go
time.
big or
In
go
fact,
home, right?
Yeah.
and this is not to put you guys on tilt at all. You're very lucky that he even took this meeting. You're very lucky that Tom even has you on the couch.
Then, or random happenstance. I happen to email you guys back, and then all the other people.
Or that.
Yeah. I'm like, soap. There it is. So, then we're like, okay, let's come out with some charity soaps where all the
Yes.
profits can benefit Yellow Brick Road, and it's a win-win situation for everybody. They'll get a really awesome handcrafted soap that's high quality from Groove Soaps.
Indeed.
And all the profits will go to Yellow Brick. To me, it's a win-win. But then we started with, all right, well, what kind of soap? And then there was
Yeah.
lists, and then I put Tony in charge of it. He's
No,
going back and
don't
forth.
put Tony. If you put Tony in
And
charge of
then
it, Ben Gay soap, Kex
There's
Mix
800
soap.
emails, and then it's like, what flavor,
Yeah.
what
Oh,
smell?
What flavor? Tony wanted mothballs and lavender.
And then I'm
Which
like, I don't know.
lavender's fine, but the mothballs.
And then I'm like, just pick one. And then he's like, here's a list. And I'm like, oh, God. And then I asked you guys, and then we go.
I did it.
Sam did do
It fell on me.
But
Yeah.
Sam
That's
came,
usually what happens.
Sam
Yeah.
came. Sam came correct because she was like, "I want sandalwood." She had flavors and,
Yeah, yeah.
and
I
smells.
want bourbon.
Yeah.
I like that, by the way, because we're all just like, I don't know, this, whatever, what,
I like
number
a
3.
tall woman that knows what she likes. That's
Amen.
I mean, everybody should be ruled by a tall woman that knows what she likes.
So,
You're
um,
welcome.
the soaps are done,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And they are available for sale right now, which we'll give out all their information. But let's go over each soap because basically there's...
Would you like for me to? I can disrobe and I can start lathering myself.
So I got the soaps in the bag. First, before we talk about the individual soaps, let's talk about the process of making these soaps. Because I remember talking to you guys last time, but like it starts with basic ingredients and the scents and everything. And how does it, like, do you mix them in a giant vat? How does it work?
Yeah, so we start off with our oil blend. So we have all these soaps at the base are going to be coconut oil, sustainable palm oil, olive oil, canola oil, castor oil, and vitamin E.
Okay.
So then from there, we take all that into a giant 80-quart pot. We heat it up over a flame, and then we mix it with a caustic soda, which is going to be sodium hydroxide,
water,
known as
basically.
lye, and water. And then saponification is the act of oil being converted to soap through saponification mixed with lye. So lye causes oil. The reaction is soap. That's where the word soap comes from, the saponification, that reaction.
My God, I just had a revelation.
What?
If you ever wanted to know why we're working together, it's because they mix lies and so do we.
It's all about mixing lies. Soaps and podcasts.
Yeah, exactly. All lies.
So
That's a
basically,
novel right there.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
and then what? And that somehow creates a chemical that helps to clean things. What?
It makes water wetter,
So
right?
we have to do it. We have to measure it perfectly, and so that there is no leftover lye. Like by the time the bars are cured and done, all the lye has reacted with all the oil, and there is no more lye. All it leaves behind is soap. And so we take it from there, we pour it when it's liquid form after we've added things like natural coloring to make it the colors. Like for these bars, we use your guys' color scheme. You know, one bar is the dark red with the tannish cream, and the other one is the bright, like sorry, fire truck red with the orange.
Okay.
And then we pour it out into the molds we make. We have our own handmade molds.
These big square molds. There's videos of it on our website if you check it out. But yeah, we pour it into these big molds, and shake them, get all the bubbles out, anything like that, and then basically you let them sit there for a day or two, and then we have an unmolding process where we take the sides of the molds out, press the soap, they're like big tiles,
Like 14 by 14, like big pieces of soap.
Wow.
Okay. And then you get the bars, and then that's basically
Well,
it,
they have
right?
to cure for like 30 to 40 days.
Yeah, we cut them down into the bar size.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then maybe do the stamps that you'll get on them.
So you can't use fresh soap.
No.
What would it do?
It could be irritating to the skin as the final parts of that saponification process are still happening. and the
It's still
water's coming out.
highly alkali at that
Yeah.
point in time. So
We balance the pH with them, so like you have to wait and we test them as they go further along to make sure when it's finally fully cured, it'll be right in the right area for your
Very
pH.
much like a beer process or a wine.
totally.
Like,
100%.
yeah, it's very much in that same. I mean, also it'd be weird if you had somebody that's like, I love using new soap. I love the irritation.
Takes off that first layer real nice.
I like it a little strong. I cure mine 20 days. I like 10 days of spice on. Like I don't know.
10 days of spice.
I don't know
It
what
also
people.
makes it harder. Like the water comes out, so like if you use super fresh soap, it kind of melts away, and it's like you could squeeze it and like put your hand through it. Almost.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Versus now, these things have been cured for. I can't even do any damn like thumbprint to these, no matter how hard I push.
Oh, they smell so
you
good.
know? And
I love it.
it's an important part of the process.
So let's go over both the soaps right now. And there's 50 bars of each, and they're for sale. I mean, either now or pretty close to now.
Yes.
On throw out the website again.
GrooveSoaps.com.
Okay, groovesoaps.com. Do you have to go anywhere special to find the Tom and Dan's charity soap?
Nope, just hit shop all and it'll be right there. We're probably gonna have it on the front page. For
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have the web guy put a flyer on it and stuff like that.
Okay.
Quite obvious.
So now me and Daniel.
Is it weird for you to hold soap?
I am foreign to the soapman
Or
game.
you're a body wash man, right?
Well, I just use whatever my wife
Controversial.
has in the shower.
You're Dove with those little micro hydration beads. Every woman in the world. That's true. Every woman in the world buys Dove with the micro hydration beads.
My wife always has some sort of soap in there that she yells at me every time I'm using because she's like, "That's my face soap that you're using on your butt." And then I'm like, "Well, it's soap. Whatever.
Yeah.
This is all the
Or
same."
maybe it's your butt soap she's using on her face.
It's a very hydrated butt.
Me and Daniel were kind of arguing before of which one should be the Tom soap and which one should be the Dan
Yeah,
soap.
we don't know.
But the one of them and this one is which one now? The sandalwood?
That is the sandalwood bar. So
I feel like I need the sandalwood, right? Because
You're
sandal.
sandal.
Yeah.
And you get boners all the time. When we have
Don't
guests,
laugh.
I'm
The
Smooth
surprised.
tie in there. I like it.
Yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't have one for you guys.
So
That's his thing.
he's crossed his leg.
this smells. It smells awesome. But
It's so
what is
lovely.
sandalwood?
Don't know.
Like if someone I couldn't ever if someone put three things and like one of these things is sandalwood, I have no
Tell us
idea.
which one it is.
Yeah.
I've always assumed that sandalwood was just the essence of grandpa. I don't know what it is.
Grandpa.
I just thought it was like older gentleman smells good. You know, like it's like cologne mixed with tobacco mixed with like serving for your countries or something. You know, in there mixed with
great scent, by the
determination.
way.
Elbow grease is in there. You got some elbow-
sweat.
Yeah, you got
Veterans Day.
Yeah, you got some Veterans Day
Tied
in
it in
there.
perfect.
You've got some like chivalry.
Yeah.
I believe is also in
It holds
sandalwood.
doors open for you.
Yeah,
It really is
I
nice,
feel like
yeah.
being polite. Respect. There's a ton of respect in there.
And maybe a
Full
Werther's original.
So this is a big ass block of soap.
It's a slab, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we call them
Yep.
slabs because they aren't really a bar at this point. They are half
Yeah.
pound minimum weight. As
awesome.
they are
Yeah,
they are
actually
experience.
each soap's at least 9 ounces. If it cuts any smaller, we Don't
Hey,
sell
yeah.
it.
I like a
Big
thick,
old thick boy.
I like a thick boy, and so does my daughter. My daughter loves soap. Her and I both use soap over body wash. I'm not lying, just because we have people in here that are soap people.
We can take the truth.
I'm a soap guy, and I use it all the time, and she likes to use it too because of I like to use the bar on my body. I don't know if that's right.
Yeah.
That's
But
actually why we got it that big to start off with.
Yeah,
I
I take the slab, and you know what I do? I start with my legs because I got hair on them, and it's like nature's brush.
Yeah.
And it starts slathering me up, and then
Same here. That's
and then
my
I just start
process.
taking the suds all over my body, and I get in my toes. I love it.
That's
and,
my process.
And the
I'm with
reason I like soap is because I can get so much soap from my shoulders all the way down that I look like I'm one of those like sexy boys showering in nature. You know, like sexy boys, they'll wash themselves in nature and they look good. They have the hair and the soap in it. And I pretend I'm a sexy boy, and that's why I'm a soapman.
He's put a lot of thought into that.
I have.
Yeah.
Now, these soaps are stamped BDM, and of course, the Groove soaps, logo.
The icon.
Yeah.
And how long will this big ass thick boy bar last? Because it seems like it'll last a while.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much, through all the testing and usage, I mean, a minimum of a month with regular showering. I mean,
Yeah.
they last easy a month.
If you're a single person using it, like probably well over a month. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
six
a
obviously
month,
they-
and this
they-
will last me 8 months.
Like, if you got the whole
Crazy.
family using it, a month. But
Yeah.
It's a value.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is a value. And unlike what you think, if you take these slabs, if you like a micro, like a scrunchie or what are
Yeah.
those things called?
A
Like
loofah. Yeah.
Just rub it on there. It works. It
Yeah.
lathers
Oh,
right up like
absolutely.
anything
Yeah.
else. It's in fact, I think
that's
I use
more my process.
Yeah, I think you use less soap
you do.
than you even do body wash because there's so much weight. You're just like you're putting like a shot glass.
Yeah.
I see the way my wife does it.
Yeah.
It's like a shot glass of,
And by the
of
time
body
you get
wash.
back to your shoulders, you need to reapply if it's not like, sudsy enough
yeah,
for liquid
I'm a
soap.
soap man. I'm an
Yeah.
old soap guy.
Yeah, like, aren't you supposed to let the soap fuse to your bathtub shelf? No, that's how I do it. And then once
And then
it's
it cracks.
That's a satisfying crack as you pull it off.
once it's fused, then you just rub the top of it. That's what I do.
Get your hands wet and just
I don't take it off.
That's one of the most horrifying. Normally
That's a
you do that
great
with other
phrase.
things, but I've never seen you do this with just cleanliness where you're like, what?
Well, then I rub the
I
top
don't even
of
know
it.
that he uses soap. I think he just lets the shampoo
Well,
run
the
down.
chat
Yeah.
room is saying that this bar is guaranteed to last you more than a month because you don't wash your legs.
His body.
He's
yeah.
talked about this.
The soap
yeah,
gets
yeah.
down there.
Yeah, it does. He's right. You
makes
do,
its way.
he does shoulders only and pits, and then everything else is fair. It's just, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Triple down soaponomics, right?
yeah, that's how the whole, yeah.
You're a Reagan guy.
I mean, start with the important parts, and then your legs just get the residuals.
Those feet need to be washed, though.
No, I mean,
See, I don't do that now. I start with my legs, and I use my leg hairs.
Start with legs?
I do. I start with my legs because that's what gets me the froth. And once I get my whip, I got to get some whip. I got to get some like suds whip. And once I get suds whip, I take that suds whip and I move it up to my boobs, and I hit that good. Then I do pits. Then I'm all around. Then I do hair on butt to get a little more whip. Then I do feet. I'm real big on the feet.
I feel like we have the same process. I feel like that's where I start legs as well.
yeah, I like
That's odd to me.
I like to get my legs super clean.
but I usually go stink first. I go,
Okay, I think
I don't mind going from genitals straight to face.
Me neither.
Or butt to face.
Never go butt to face.
I'll
He
go-
and I've talked about this. I forgot to say that, and you guys are guessing.
Butt first.
I do go butt first, and
Yeah.
then legs. It's butt to legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, it's my
Because
own
it's the
butt.
same area. Yeah, it is my own butt.
And it's a
it's
bunch of
easier to
syrup.
And
reach.
sometimes, if I'm crazy,
Yeah.
if I got enough whip, I'll go face butt, face butt, face butt.
back
I
and
don't
forth,
care.
yeah.
I don't care.
So the next bar, and by the way, there's limited amount of these. There's if you want the first ever BDM soap,
This one's beautiful.
I would
Look at that guy.
I would
This is a thicker boy on my bar.
I would think that these sell out before this even airs on radio because we're gonna let BDMs know, and then obviously the Twitch people. So this next
This
one,
one's real good.
That one's nice. A little sweeter and a little more complex. The other one's a little more straightforward of a classic scent, whereas this one's sort of like a more I like classic man, modern man kind of approach here with the sandalwood versus the bourbon.
I'm the modern
You know?
man. I feel like, right? Wouldn't you say?
I mean, so that one's gonna have things like orange, bergamot, clove, musk, leather, oak cast, a little patchouli, a little bit of midnight
what's
orchid.
bergamot?
As a scented grass.
Oh wow! I smoke scented grass, and then I like to take a really long shower with my soap. Have you tried that?
Treat yourself, you know.
Have you tried smoking the bergamot and then frothing your butt?
So I noticed that each soap is different, obviously, because is what the design on the top or like what makes the texture is some sort of like. Wax paper laid on top or something, or just the way it cures.
It is done by hand.
Yeah, that's literally like
that
those
by
natural
hand.
ripples in the top are just what like when you pour it in there, it's probably like about the consistency of pancake batter.
Yeah.
just for an avatar.
So with this bar, like you can see on the side, see how they're like on the it has ringlets.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
kind of done like with this bar specifically is a series of like 2 different colors that we're using poured in circles on top of each other, creating like these circles.
And then you kind of do like what
And then we take like a stick and we kind of like stir it up a little bit, giving you that texture. that's on
like
the
you're a
top.
barista making.
Yeah.
It's seriously,
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
frothing. We've got different processes for all of our different bars, actually, but each one we have a little thing that's really similar to doing the top of an espresso. I mean,
I love it.
You could say that.
We
for
even
sure.
call one of our bars, we call the style of it a cappuccino topper. Like we have a fresh and clean bar that's like exactly like you imagine. See like the leaflets on a cappuccino. When
Okay.
they pour it through, you know?
Fresh and
Colors
clean
all-
bar. What's in that guy?
Oh boy, it's meant to smell like freshly laundered
Love
linens
it.
or something.
Like
like
That's
a
one of my
natural tide or
favorite
something.
candles.
Yeah.
I love a laundered candle.
All of our scents are natural, but it smells like like laundry detergent
Cool.
and
Old school. One of the
Yeah.
first scented bars we ever did was that.
Yeah.
And I could even tell like where an air bubble came out.
that
like
one,
literally
I
just
saw.
popped it and then it's like curing at the same time. So there's like little imperfections in each soap too.
Yeah,
they're all a little
technically no
different.
2 bars are the same.
Yeah. And like the cool thing is too, once we get them demolded, they have to get also cleaned because they actually have like a thing called ashing, which is part of the curing process that mixes with the moisture in the air, and they're kind of white on
The
top.
external layer oxidizes
Like
a bit.
cheese.
Yeah, we
totally.
water sand them, and that gives them that. That's why they look nice and polished and hardened and shiny. It kind of takes that top layer off, and then we stamp them by hand, soften the edges by hand, and you can spin it in your hand because they're big. They
yeah.
have sharper edges when they're fresh, and that's where you get that bar.
Yeah, the water
you know?
sanding
Can you
takes it all
cut
down.
anything out of soap?
Yeah, we could totally. I mean, we could do David out of soap if we wanted to. I guess.
We couldn't do
couldn't
David
do
out
it,
of
but
soap.
we
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
hire a
I was
soap
just
carver,
thinking,
yeah.
can you make anything out of soap?
Well, remember, like it used to be a thing where you carve a knife out of soap in jail.
Yeah.
Is that still a thing, right?
Yeah.
That, like an old time.
A soap shank.
Yeah, like a soap knife.
I think it is.
I mean, I feel. Could
Have you guys ever made a soap knife? Would you be willing to try?
Could you make a Tom and Dan soap knife?
No.
Tom and Dan soap tomahawk. I'm
Yes.
thinking.
I don't know. I don't want to get canceled, man. Next thing you know, we got all the Braves are buying it, and we're changing the name of the show.
I feel like
Soap chetty,
you couldn't stab someone with a soap knife,
I
could
could.
you? Like, it could be hard. I guess this
I
thing
bet
is
it would
pretty
get
hard.
infected if you did. That's the.
I think I could kill somebody with both these bars. If I put both these bars in this bag and whacked you in the head with it, my
Yeah.
God.
If you
What
Full
was
Metal
what was the
Jacket.
scene in- Full Metal Jacket.
Soap in a sock.
It'd be, it'd be different if they used groove soaps.
that guy would have probably been dead.
Yeah, that's terrible.
really big slabs of soap.
So if you go on groovesoaps.com right now,
Mm-hmm.
and this is, I mean, there's only 50 bars of each. So
Yeah.
if you want a BDM Tom and Dan soap,
And you're helping
handmade,
out Yellow Brick.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And all the profits will go to Yellow Brick. And feel free to buy some other soaps for
Yeah.
the holidays, for any presents. This is a good present.
I mean, there's some cool things. You were talking about the sizes. So for the Tom and Dan bars here, we only are offering those in a full size. But we offer on our normal scented line and unscented line, we do half slabs and quarter slabs. We also do half slab and quarter slab bundles. We have what's called a groovy soap bundle right now. For like $20, you can get all 6 of our scented bars in this size, like our
quarter slab.
quarter
Yes.
slab size.
Okay.
But we also have it in the half size.
Those are the ones I had. Yeah, I had those.
Exactly. So we do those as bundles.
And they're exactly what they say they are. If a quarter slab is 1/4 of a full slab, so they're going to
100%.
be at least
Gotcha.
Hand cut down.
2.5 ounces or so.
What is this stuff right here? What is that?
So this is another product we have
Am
on
I
the site.
not supposed to ask about that?
Oh no, we have. Yeah, we
He's
have.
got a gun!
So we saw
God,
we saw
never
when
saw it coming.
we saw when you got your new tattoos. We hit you up on social media
Yes.
because this was brand new at the time. But we over the last year or so devised a tattoo repair kit.
Yes.
One thing we thought that was like missing on the market was, even with the brands that do have something out there, you don't understand every ingredient in there. It's not like they're putting oil emulsifiers, they're putting other things. Maybe they are natural, but like, do you really want to put that on an open wound?
Right.
And so we did some work consulting with the FDA, learning about what it means to be antibacterial. You know, as of like 2017, I believe, all 19 FDA scheduled listed antibacterials have been pulled as
Yeah,
no
they
longer
can't call
FDA
them
approved as antibacterial.
Oh, wow.
So
Technically,
dial
yeah.
is not technically anymore like
Lies!
antibacterial. Yeah.
My God.
Big
Nothing that doesn't work.
antibacterial.
You guys better be careful. Big soap gonna come for
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
They start
yeah.
peeling back the layers, and next
Yeah.
thing you know, you find up in one of your vats.
Soap
yeah.
conspiracy.
Dead.
And so we, you know, and also they, you know, the whole big issue was it was negating the idea of naturally potent antibacterials, things like honey, things like lemongrass, things like tea tree, right? So ginger. So we decided from the ground up to devise a 3-part system. So like for the fresh tattoo, from the moment you take that plastic off, or whenever your tattoo artist recommends, whatever they, you know, follow their schedule. But when they ask you to start using Dial or your antibacterial soap, you use one of these liquid soaps until it's gone. So I'll let you guys smell these and check out.
All right.
Sorry,
No,
this
you're
is
good,
honey.
you're good.
That one's the honey ginger. This one's the tea tree and cucumber.
Okay, it says tattoo repair on
So
there.
you'd use that until it ran out. During
Oh, that's nice.
it's
Yeah,
so nice,
man.
right? It's no like they're not scented. They do have a fragrance because
Yep.
of the natural ingredients, but all of them are unscented. That one actually, and all the honey ginger one uses aloe also, whereas the cucumber tea tree has fresh cucumber juice from local cucumbers.
Yeah, and when you say unscented, he means there's just no scent added.
Yeah, no,
scent
like fragrance.
added.
Right, right.
There's
No
obviously
perfume.
ginger smell. in
I'm
that
all
one,
good for
and
it.
there's
Look, if it
Yeah.
tea
smells
tree
like
smell
what
in that one, you
what
know.
it is, I'm
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
down
So
with
it's
it
just
smelling
the tea
what it
tree
is.
and the ginger that's causing the scent.
And then so we use that till it's gone. And that's
Okay.
going to put you around the 2-week mark or so. Everyday care, you have a balm, which we've devised. It has a little bit of SPF in it through natural pharmaceutical grade zinc oxide.
Nice.
You have, we hand whip it, shea butter, hemp oil, jojoba oil. We have a full calendula infusion, which is a English marigold, which is really good for moisturizing in your skin.
Hand whip jojoba oil.
Yeah.
Trying to say that 3 times.
And then you have
May I use some of this?
Go
Is that-
for it, yeah.
okay,
And
I'm
then
gonna-
then
I'm
you
gonna-
then we have these bars of soap after your liquid soap's gone. You use this. They're like a colloidal oatmeal bar. One has the tea tree cucumber. One has the aloe and honey and ginger. And this is just going to make your skin feel lovely and awesome until this is gone. And so you have a full month. And by the time all this is done, you're going to have a tattoo that's fully
Ready- yeah,
healed,
fully healed
no
and-
loss of color and blowouts in the lines.
How much of this stuff am I using here? This
Plenty. That's fine.
a
It's just,
little-
I do like the back of my nail. I'll pull it
Yeah,
out and
just a little
put it
bit.
on my hand, and like you could probably just start to see the color will be a little bit more vibrant.
Yeah, but
It's
it
gonna smell
smells
super nice.
awesome.
You'll have a little bit of everyday SPF going on.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go to the beach, you're gonna
Brightens
just be
it up a
jogging.
little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, you put some SPF in there too?
Well, we put
The
zinc oxide.
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just- so zinc oxide, what people don't like honestly know a lot about is that it also is really good for healing dermis and skin. There's been a bunch of like studies done on what it does to open wounds, and it helps dermis grow back faster, reduce redness and inflammation, as well as offer the SPF, and the oils that go in it have natural SPF. So we target it. We've calculated it around 5 to 7 SPF, like an everyday amount. Nothing
only
too
thing
crazy.
that-
If you say open wound one more time, my sleeves will
Sorry.
blow.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. A fresh tattoo.
So you know what's interesting? As you were talking about like all the like ingredients you put in this
I love
and
the
like
smell of it.
and how fresh it does smell, and then like it has me thinking about like the corporate big soap world, right?
man.
Because this kind of happened with like, let's say, craft beer as well too. It's like it got to the point where such big corporations were mass producing it that they were just like, well, let's see how cheap we can make
Well,
it.
they're making
because
100 million
the-
gallons at a time.
yeah,
It's,
like,
a,
yeah.
it's a
These-
disgusting amount.
These fools will buy anything. Like, let's see if we can make this for less than nothing.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is the ingredients in that soap is,
Yeah.
a lot of times the big soaps like your,
Yeah, I imagine it's just
I
bare
probably shouldn't
minimum.
say the names,
Yeah, but
like,
big soaps, yeah.
But
Yeah.
the big ones, that they're using like a lot of animal fats and stuff like that, and stuff you
The
wouldn't.
cheapest possible way.
Yeah.
It is funny.
It's like you could use it for soap or biodiesel.
It's funny in a world that we're seemingly so concerned about. I'm not putting that in my body. While we're drinking a neon blue Monster Energy drink, using whatever the hell soap. Like we don't know anything. What the hell we put in our body? Never cared before. But it's like I imagine like the cheapest soaps are using just the bare minimum, what they can get away with. The FDA using.
And one of the interesting things we learned in some of the research is what some of these big soap companies are doing. So all our soaps are cold processed, right? So they actually contain the natural glycerin of the oils and fats that go into it.
Okay.
And major soap
So you're not
companies
like boiling them out of there, cooking them out.
or separating them out. They're in it and stayed in it.
That's another way soap companies make money is they make glycerin. So when you do the saponification process, one of the things that's left over is glycerin, and it naturally stays in the soap. What the big soap companies do is they extract that glycerin and then resell the glycerin. And then sometimes I add in cheaper glycerin.
Yeah.
Now I know
we add glycerin to our soap.
It leaves your skin drier, and that's why you buy the moisturizing lotion, because their soap is drying you out. You're like, oh, I have dry
Strips your
skin. I
natural
must need
oils
the
away.
Well,
lotion.
let's talk about
You know?
that for a second, because a lot of people think, and you guys can tell us, because I don't know anything about this, but I think the main, let's say, commercial shift in body care, especially with shower and bathing, would be use body wash because it won't dry you out, but soap will definitely and always dry you out. Is that true?
No, I would say like body wash is going to have this because of the way it's a liquid. They're able to put things in like lotion, at like things that are lotion-like into
at the
it.
source, sure.
Yeah, so you're kind of taking soap and lotion and making one out of it, But I mean, all I use is this on my skin. I'm a 35-year-old dude who that's all I'm doing for cleaning. I mean, no, I'm not ashing.
Yeah, you're not dry at all.
I'm not
yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like that's the best proof I can give you.
Yeah.
You know what? I bet like bad marketing for soap in general has been the hotel industry, and I'll explain. Is because every hotel you go to, they offer the free soap, and it's been a thing for years, right? It's like,
oh my God,
you offer the free soap. So I imagine
flake my face off.
if it's free, it's the cheapest possible soap they can ever buy from whatever soap company or generic garbage, right?
And one thing you don't probably know about hotel soaps, they usually have a program which they're recycled. So after you leave that little bar, they take it, they sanitize it, and crush it into new soap that you get back at the hotel.
Really?
I support that. I support that.
I mean, it is a resourceful way to,
I do like the idea of old. I like the idea of anybody like you. My pubes are in that soap.
Also, no one questions that. You put it on you're eating it, and you're like,
Eating it.
I'm just saying, like, rubbing it in your eyes. But I imagine because people have used that soap and gotten dried out by that soap because it's the cheapest possible garbage you could buy, that they're like, soap dries you out, and you get all these bad misconceptions about soap, and it doesn't have to be that. Yeah, the cheapest possible soap you could possibly produce will dry you out, but then you get some high quality stuff, and it's good.
Absolutely,
for you.
So you guys dabble with the tea tree and the zingy soaps.
Yeah, we have our whole one of our scented bars that we have as our normal line is a lemongrass tea tree bar. We actually grow the lemongrass, we infuse it into the oil.
You grow your own lemongrass.
We do.
Yeah.
Why?
It grows.
It actually goes great, and it looks
Publix.
great in Florida.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like sawgrass.
Yeah, we've been growing it for a long time, and they're huge, and it just is. Like adding just lemongrass essential oil was fine, but when you actually take it and infuse it into the oil with the fresh stuff too,
a next
you get all those
level.
complexities
just
that
the
the oil doesn't
complexity
have.
to it,
It's supposed
honestly.
too medicinal, sort of without it. Like it's like too astringent smelling. Yeah,
And you guys spoiled me because I like the soap. Now, this is the one that, this is the last time you guys are here. We talked about it. And I fell in love with it. I like the soap with the birdseed in it.
yeah. You know, it's funny.
I like a gritty soap. I like a soap with a little something in it. It makes me. Now, this is all fake, but it makes me feel like I'm a real man. Like I'm rubbing birdseed. You know,
Remember, it was the rice. Yeah.
The rice. Yeah. I like stuff in my soap. I liked it.
We changed the way we displayed that bar because a lot of people thought it was rice or seeds in the first place.
Yeah.
And, it's lavender little flowers that were in there. Yeah. It's
I meant no disrespect.
No.
I
We got it all the time. So we, that's our lavender love bar, which is a lavender and cedar scented, and it has lavender and calendula, not only an infusion. Yeah, I have it here.
That's my daughter's favorite.
It also
bar.
has a lavender and calendula flowers throughout it, which offer like a nice type of exfoliation. We also have our coffee bar, which is full of unbrewed organic coffee.
You need
This is
that.
the one you're talking about.
Yes.
And then you like scrub.
Oh yeah, this is the smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one, buddy.
This is the coffee bar. So
Yeah.
that's
This
another
is
struggle.
Maisie's favorite because this one's got
Oh,
some
yeah.
stuff in it.
Yeah.
It's got some grit.
It's got a little bit of like a nice type of exfoliant. 'Cause
I
it's not
like
like
it.
pumice or sand. It's the flower buds, and they have like a nice kind of scratch to it. Actually,
It's like Orlando City colors.
that was
that
the
was the
inspiration.
yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
there
you
you
nailed
go.
it. That's exactly
Yep.
what it is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well done.
Oh, I just came up with an idea. Next time we do this,
Mm-hmm.
let's hide a prize in the Tom and Dan soap in the middle.
Oh, like the baby cake thing from New Orleans, or
my
whatever, King
God.
Cake or King Cake, or
But
whatever.
like every fifth one is gonna be a razor blade. And then you never know. Don't scrub too hard. There's a blade in there.
Yeah.
Call Mo about that one. Just in case.
It's like Squid Game soaps.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like if you have a lot of
Oh,
debt,
boy.
if you have a ton of debt, you can partner, you can get a hold of Groove Soaps, and then you get the Squid Game bar, the Tom and Dan Squid Game bar, and we will give you some money.
Some
but
have $100, some have
Yeah, don't-
unlimited credit cards in them.
yeah, you never know. There might be what are they? The
Sign
gift
up.
cards you get.
Yeah.
You know, the old Visa gift cards.
So if you want to purchase the Tom and Dan soap, like we said, 100% of the profits go to Yellow Brick Road Foundation. So not only do you get a high quality soap that you use as a gift, but you're also benefiting Yellow Brick. Groove Soaps, thank you guys for producing
man.
the soap. I appreciate that.
Our pleasure.
Well
man.
done, y'all. It looks awesome, and I can't
Yeah.
wait to sell it all out and help out the kiddos.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That's very important. Thanks for mentioning that. Yeah.
I think, it will sell out. I mean, like I said, there's only 50 bars a piece, and, by the time Twitch and the BDMs
Yeah.
get a hold of it, so,
You know, Key West BTM has a lovely idea.
Yeah.
She said that in some of the Tom and Dan soaps, you could put the naked men cards we had.
Oh, that's what it was like.
Pull a Timmy. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do a hide-a-dee. We have a deck of naked men
Oh, nice.
cards,
Yeah,
but
yeah, okay.
it's a step higher. It's kind of like you guys growing your own lemongrass. These men are not just nude. These men are nude and excited, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They're ready to go.
Nice.
And
Sandalwood.
that is
What
no
the
other,
laminate them.
yeah, no other podcast or radio show would ever do a naked man boner card soap.
Yeah, I like that. We'll do more with Groove Soaps, but this is the first one.
Indeed.
And again, it's groovesoaps.com to find it. So, guys, thanks so much for everything. And
Our pleasure, man.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Let's do one email.
All right, this one is interesting to me.
That's what I said.
One
Right?
One email.
I like that. I like it. Like,
I was telling you.
yeah, I like
All right,
it.
I'm
Thank you for
listening.
telling me.
I'm going to read this exactly as it's written.
Okay.
Hello, Tommy and Dan. I'm Team Tom. Butler taking advantage of Tom's kindness. Samantha probably next if she keeps talking about Tom's kids. EJ's segment has to go. I miss the old format when it was just Tom and Dan.
Oh, this is Tom. This is from
Okay.
you. You wrote
Okay.
it. That's how you write.
Yeah. This was for me. I can't lie.
Bring PA
Very
to sofa and
robotic.
suds. Do you have mic phone to talk into it, sofa suds?
What does it mean I'm next if I keep talking about your kids?
Maybe
He's
they
on a
take-
fire
they get
Kill me?
offended about.
You gonna fire me?
Why do people get offended for other people? I don't understand that.
I think because they would be offended if you were
Yeah.
doing it to them.
It's a
so then they
projection.
project it onto
That's
other
weird.
people.
It's a projection of how they would feel. Also, there's a little bit of truth rooted in it because, like, that guy, I feel like, and I mean, again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just we're talking this out.
Yeah.
I feel like when you go, oh my God, you're like, you would be offended because maybe your kids are like, they're just like, not. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's stop getting offended for other people. Let them handle their own offense.
I'm offended that you got offended.
Double offended.
Double offended. Positive again.
All right, I lied. 2 emails.
Two
We
emails.
can't go anywhere with that. I do.
You know what? You could have said, you know what? That was good, but give me a little bit more. Second helping.
All right. Since that guy was Team Tom, let's read somebody's that's Team Butler. Hi,
Team
y'all.
Butler.
No one's seen Butler. Not even Butler.
Who wrote this?
This is Bootlair. No.
Bootleg.
El Boulanger?
Baudelaire Travis. I'm on Team Butler on this one. Tom is too awkward to have a real conversation, so he resorts to, I didn't really mean it, it was all a joke. When in reality, it was obviously something that bothered him.
Okay.
The worst people are those who claim to be, quote, pure logic or, quote, have no feelings but are neither and can't accept it.
Pause. Not the worst people. Worst people are pedophiles.
Yeah.
I mean, that's proven.
Yeah. I'm
That's
not worse than a
proven.
pedophile.
Up for debate, apparently.
Like, it's not worst person. That is an exaggeration.
Yeah, they're murderers.
Murderer, yeah.
Yeah.
I went. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Man, that was uncomfortable to listen to. It actually was worse knowing it was rooted in truth rather than just a bit. Sorry, but Tom was a D-head in that segment, really channeling Russ vibes. I would have walked out the door if I was Butler.
Whoa, settle down.
Okay, what's more awkward? If I do that or if I tell him off the air?
Privately?
Like, come on, stop saying you know things that you obviously don't. And then come in and then declare
And
that
then-
this is
yeah.
truth. And when you've shown me a history of
He's
doing
not,
this.
He's not here right now, right?
No.
Where is
he?
He's on
Oh,
vacation.
that's
And that's the thing too. It's like I may have been a D-head to do that to
Look,
Butler
you
on the show,
approve the vacation.
but he has earned that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Earn this
Yeah,
abuse.
Yeah.
He asked for it.
Yeah, this is.
and it's the least he could do for the show.
He
right?
always does the least he can do.
I know. So that is he has to sit
He's
there.
not even here to
as I
defend
yell at
himself.
him. I
Defend
know.
himself, he can. It's truth. You can't defend yourself from the truth.
And maybe for me,
You're freaking out.
I
man.
am freaking
For
out.
me,
Yeah, take a breath.
It's like
Tell me how you really feel. Pretend it's just you and me. Pretend that Sam isn't here because I know she puts a lot of pressure on you.
It's
You're also, I feel like you guys have become closer friends.
you keep throwing that
And-
friend word around.
So not friends.
no,
You guys are my bosses.
me and Samantha
I'm
just
like-
like
I do
quiet
like-
I
time.
don't hang out with you guys
Like,
outside
I
of work
do
time.
with-
We got
you.
quiet time this morning too
We
when
did.
Daniel's at the dentist.
I was working on a
we got
tune.
we
So
got
you
a
were bonding.
25 minutes. Well,
There
no,
was some friendship there.
we
Not
sit in
bonding
silence.
when we sit with our backs to each other.
Yeah, we sit in silence
That's
with our backs to
scary.
each other.
That's scary. I don't sit in my backseat. Anybody.
That's the Tom and Dan, or the Tom
dare
and
you.
Samantha time, where if we're here, we sit in
quiet
silence
time.
with our backs to
Okay.
each other. And
Quiet
then-
time in the corner.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
And that's what we like.
Okay, fine. I'm not gonna judge it. It is what it is.
So with Butler, you know, he also when I do that.
Oh my God, my tooth is completely flat. Is that supposed to be the case?
No.
Did he put a temporary
Yeah,
on?
yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
flat.
right. The temporary, like
Why you got to do the temporary? Put the full on there.
yeah. I guess they mold
I think this is
one
to belittle me. This is like when you're like pulling your pants down.
It's
You're gonna stay like that for a solid 5 minutes.
It's the equivalent to the spare tire, the tiny donut.
They put a donut on my tooth.
Yeah. It's like just get the full size regular.
I can't let anybody
For-
see this. I don't like driving on a donut. I don't want people thinking I drive on a donut.
Like, you know when the dealership gives you a car to drive around while they're fixing yours?
They normally don't do that. You know how rare that is?
I know, they
I have
don't
to
do it
beg
anymore.
for that, or I have to be like, "Come on!"
But at least it's the car that they sell, right? Like, give me the tooth that is equivalent or close to the
They
actual.
don't do that though. You know what
They
do?
give you
and I
a
hate
flat Bobo one.
You know what I hate that they do?
That's what I had for a week and a half.
I have foreign cars, and for no particular reason, whatever. And I will get in my Volkswagen, right? And they'll take it to the dealer. And then okay, yeah, we'll get you a loaner. And then they get me a Ford. And I'm not saying it's bad, because I'm not definitely saying any brand is better than the other, but you should at least give me what you sell.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like it's
Give you the
weird when
equivalent.
you rent me some Kia, and I'm in a Volkswagen, or I'm
Yeah,
in a
that
Ford.
is
I'm like, I
weird.
just think it's weird. I know it.
Yeah.
I know it that I'm weird for even saying that, but I just find it weird. I feel
Yeah,
like
where'd it
if I-
come from? Where'd that Ford come from?
cheap? No, they just want cheap. They're just like, give
Bought
me
it from
cheap.
an auction or something?
They just rented it from
keep
Hertz or something, or from Dollar.
So back to this gentleman's email. I always think of the show first and what entertainment I can get out of
That's
it.
good.
It
Very good.
it's in line. Okay, I will say in Venn diagram, it is a Venn diagram of 90s show hosts that I dislike and I make fun of all the time. But it's kind of like you have to think that way because there's no other way to
you
do
have
it,
to
right?
get in the mindset of a killer to catch a killer, right? And
That's it.
And that's what you're doing.
yeah.
It's no
Catch a
different.
radio
in
host.
order to put on the best show possible, we have to get ourselves in full 90s douchebags. And like, I have to assume
yeah.
that, but not become that. That's the dangerous part of this job.
Yeah. Because there's some tried and true.
We're going
things.
undercover here, Sam.
you have to have some awkward mixed in there.
Yeah.
If there's never any awkward or anything like
You gotta push the envelope a little.
yeah. Then or
Sounds
drama.
like some radio guys would say.
No, but the radio guys, they get into it where they
Can't get out. They're in too deep. It's like going undercover, and then next thing you know, you love the gang and you're committing
You've actually
multiple
killed
murders.
somebody. Yeah.
I mean, I'll do the drugs with them and everything, but I'm not gonna commit the murder.
Yeah.
I might fake the guy's death and say like, "Hey, get out of here and don't repeat. Don't
tell
Yeah,
anybody.
don't tell anybody."
And if you do it too much, it becomes predictable. And then it's like, all right, they're bringing Butler in here again. He's
Now,
gonna
you
yell
have
at
been-
him.
you have been doing it a
I
lot.
have. Oh, it's the laziness. It's laziness, and I see the comments. And
His
people are like,
laziness
"It's too
or your
treacherous."
laziness?
It's all everybody's
He was trying to get his
laziness.
revenge yesterday with that TENS unit, though.
Oh, was that a revenge thing?
No, that was my idea.
That was her revenge thing, and I don't know what you did to her.
Good
I
thing,
He knows.
I just show up and turn the computers on, and then I just let it fall apart.
Yeah.
good thing about Butler is he seemingly forgets like a goldfish.
Oh,
they
he
say,
smokes
and
all his memories away.
Yeah, and he has no memory whatsoever, short or long
Have you
term.
ever seen him vape? He takes one long draw, and then out of his rectum, you can see memories just going into the sky. Bye-bye.
How many times he forgets his wallet after he leaves here?
That's
It's
insane.
amazing.
my God.
And his phone.
It's every time.
I made him mad one
Every
time.
time.
I made him mad one time because he came back to the door, and I had his wallet, and I was standing there, and I was holding it. He's, "Are you?" All
You were
mad.
helping him.
No, I wasn't. I was reminding him that he does it all the time.
All right. Bye-bye.
It is your OG show of the week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for downloading. Certainly thank you for subscribing.
So we're doing this because I kind of want to bury it in our content. Only because I'm
Bad happen to you, buddy?
I'm always terrified of
can tell
telling
us.
a real story and using real characters and them
Use
hearing
fake
it.
names.
No, I won't even use names,
Oh.
but if they heard it, they'd know exactly. They're like, "Oh, they're
that's not
talking about me
me." Yeah.
because this is
Yeah.
what happened." And then, anyway, and I don't want people to get awkward or feel attacked or anything. So anyway, I figured in the OG show, it's pretty buried. It's the middle of our Twitch show. It's
we
fine.
fuck around, and I think we play hard in here, but I don't think anybody here, and the difference is between us and normal radio podcast, whatever, like I don't think anyone here at all. I know I certainly don't enjoy hurting people's feelings at all.
Yeah.
I hate it.
And to give my dentist credit, my final visit was more, of a better experience than the
Okay.
other two visits. Seemingly, he was less busy, so he is not murdering my gums as much.
Yeah.
Chill dude yesterday.
Yeah, but I still hate going there, and I don't think I'll ever go back. So maybe it doesn't even matter. But I am pretty lazy, so I may just end up there again.
Well, like there is a process, like switching or going to a new one.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
fill out all the paper.
I'll find you a new one.
I know Sam's good, man. Sam
I have a good dentist.
will. Like, she will find the perfect therapist, doctor, whatever she wants. She will not stop until she finds somebody that has the bedside manner that is good for her, and I respect that.
but the
Yeah.
good ones are more expensive, and
They're out of
Not
network.
necessarily. A lot of them might be out of
Yeah,
network.
most
Depends
of
on
mine
your
are out of
network.
network because the doctors that are good are not in
They're not in the Bobo network.
yeah. I get the one. I'm like, this is a house, and it's stuck in the 90s.
Okay, I
where
will
go,
say-
it's a house that I go to.
I'm going to
Uh-oh.
say this.
Like, what if someone-
What?
It used to be a
When I
house.
was a kid, my old dentist was in a house.
Yeah, the
yeah.
old
Because we were
school
poor.
family
And
ones.
I'm like,
yeah.
there's a fireplace.
Yeah, we
My
were poor.
optometrist was in a
Yeah,
house.
like you'd get the magazines out of their bedroom.
Yeah.
You know, you go in there, there'd be
Yeah.
the man sleeping in the bed.
Yeah.
You'd have to pull the magazine out of his hand.
I'm like, shouldn't this be like medical vinyl?
No,
It's
no,
all
no,
wood, like porous, rotten wood.
My dentist,
Ooh.
my dentist would set a timer, and he'd say, "I'll be right back. I gotta take my dogs out." I'm kidding. He wouldn't say that.
So anyway, and this is also I'm bearing it a little bit because like getting dental work is inherently embarrassing for whatever reason to me.
Why?
It's just maintenance. It's just health.
Yeah,
Well, it's not really
actually,
maintenance.
no,
Like getting a cleaning is maintenance. Like getting a root canal or like getting a goddamn cap.
Well, your
But
body's
it's like-
falling
no,
apart.
but
You're
it
getting
don't
old.
happen.
No, yeah, but it's like you didn't do the right thing.
No, no.
Your car's,
Jeans.
It's like
no,
having
sir.
a rusty car.
No, sir.
It's like you've done something wrong.
I brush and floss my teeth, and shit just breaks breaks down.
Yeah,
And
yeah, but you got I mean, I've had more stories because of these procedures.
No, you had more stories because you don't care, and you
also
pick
go to a
crazy
crappy dentist. Yeah.
But
you always go to the human centipede doctor for everything you do. It's all you come back, and I'm like, who'd you talk to?
Cut my tongue.
Every
What?
time he comes back, your medical marijuana doctor, your ball doctor, your what else is he at? His hands,
Nerves,
his
yeah.
nerves. Everybody's Eastern Bloc. You don't go to any American doctors whatsoever.
Ear, nose, and throat.
You don't go to any Middle Eastern doctor.
Well, I don't even check. I just go to whatever one that I don't even
Oh,
know.
you got to go to their profile and look at their picture.
I don't even look at
The
the picture.
only doctors he goes to Eastern Bloc.
So anyway, this doctor happens to be Eastern Bloc. I've told you guys the story.
No, they all are.
And then also there is an inherent embarrassment when you have dental problems because it's almost victim blaming a little bit because you're like, you may or may not have caused this problem, right?
Yeah.
From lack of maintenance, right?
Right.
It's like you take your car in and at the Jiffy Lube to get an oil change, and they're like, "Oh man, there's all the air filters like falling
Do
apart."
you
like,
ever wash this car?
Yeah.
Nope. Purely utility.
and there's a bunch of things wrong. It's like you have not done the right thing, right?
Yeah, but then
you know.
do you go to your dentist and then just like an oil change, do you walk in there and he's like, "You got a lot to do in here," and you're like, "Nope, just the cleaning.
Right.
Don't give me any add-ons."
Can you do that?
Yes, you can
All
do
right.
like you can do whatever you want. You know, I
Yeah.
learned that from the time I almost passed out, which had nothing to do with dentistry. It just had to do with anxiety. But the weird thing about it is, like, they can't make you do nothing. Like, if they're in there doing stuff, you can just be like, "I'm out." And
Or
just
they're
be
like, I refuse to do the other work on you unless I fix this first.
I guess they could do that.
Yeah, I guess it depends on. Usually, but it's just like any other business. They'll do what you pay them to
I
do.
get
Yeah.
horny.
It doesn't
I get
matter.
horny when I go to the dentist because all the women there are just top
Well,
tier.
So
Top tier.
At my particular dentist, I've had some
No women.
rough experience. No, the techs are women, but
You got an old, big muscle broom Helga
No.
punching you in the mouth.
they're not. They don't have the best bedside manner. Where
Are
usually,
they also Eastern Bloc?
Yeah, it's
No.
old babushkas.
No, it's just it seems like, or maybe I
Open
want too
mouth.
much.
Let me
Well,
put
now
peace.
they're hardened because they have to deal with this guy, right?
Maybe it's that.
Mr. Van, open mouth. Let me put a hard, crusty bread in here to hold jaw open.
Or because I'm not going to the fancy dentist, it doesn't matter. Like everybody's just getting what they get. It's like they
you don't throw a fit?
yeah, they have to because it's like the only thing in our poor ass network or whatever. Anyway, so I'm and maybe I ask for too much or I expect too much. Maybe it's fine. And what am I? Oh, you want them to be nice to you, little baby? So
Well,
I
they're
just sit
nice
there.
to me.
Anyway, and they're not mean. It's just they're not like the most over the top, like
It's like a dentist in the military. It's there for literally. Look, we're
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
you up and running. There
Yeah,
ain't no
yeah.
pleasantries. We're doing the thing.
But this time, which was yesterday, and by the way, they did my root canal, and then and they put in a temporary cap. So today was yesterday was the day they were putting the permanent cap.
Yeah.
Which
I got my temporary cap today.
yeah, and the permanent one is the one that's staying in there for good.
You got the gold one, right? Like the wet bandits.
and I guess it's the one they custom made for me. I guess I don't know. It didn't fit. Okay.
It's weird you put a Dolphins logo inlaid in there.
So the tech comes in, and this time it was more pleasant because it happened to be a personality that I like the most.
Chirper?
No, and that's the personality of a bigger African American woman.
Okay.
And I'd say Big Black Mama, but I feel like that's...
Are we phasing that out?
I don't know. That seems like
Where are we
it's
at on
not-
Big Black Mama?
Well, I mean,
It's always been a term
I
of
don't think
endearment.
it's
It always.
offensive.
I don't
I
think
know,
it is
I don't
either.
know.
I don't think it is. I think it means a black lady who's a little, like, let's
And
say
she's
softer,
motherly.
Yes,
a little
yes.
softer, and better to hug.
And very nice.
Doting.
And a personality that I like with anybody that I'm dealing with.
Yes.
Like if I had the
Fuller
choice,
figured African American nurse. I'm
Yes,
on
yeah,
board.
yeah, yeah.
100%
for
on
anything.
board.
Like
Yeah.
I want them.
Take my blood, take my AKG, all of it.
Yeah, any experience I have with anybody, I would prefer it to be that personality.
I
right?
support this decision. I like that too.
Which I'm like, oh great, this is a pleasant surprise. Like this is now, because the other experiences I had at this place have been poor, right? But this
Yeah.
is nice. I'm
So
like,
you
all
got
right.
a taste of that sweet, sweet grandma.
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
were
yeah.
like, oh, this is what I like.
Yeah, yeah. And I think she was young, but and she may have been new.
Southern?
Maybe
little
it's very
charm.
polite and nice, and the personality you would expect from the description.
Hop
I
on
give
up
you
here,
there.
baby.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Please give me that.
So I was like, oh, this is gonna be nice. So, and I don't even have to get any drilling or anything. It's just they pull the temporary Bobo.
Pull off the Band-Aid.
Spare tire flat tooth that they put on, and then give me the I guess whatever the hell
old
the permanent. And then
My lady said, she's like, I purposely made your temporary flat. And then your new one, when it comes in, your permanent will have more articulation. That's what she said.
So
That means it's bumpy.
she gets my permanent tooth, right, which I'm sure they made or something, or I don't even know where
They
it
make
comes
it in
from.
a lab, I believe.
Do they?
Yeah.
And like it's maybe made after what my tooth was or whatever. I don't know.
It's
And
funny how
I don't ask
little
any
you and
questions.
I know. I didn't ask any questions. Either. Like they could have put a dick in the back of my mouth. Like I don't know what's back there.
Yeah.
You could put anything back there.
You could definitely carve a tiny dick on my tooth.
Yeah, you could write anything
You
back
should
there.
do that.
You could write Go Brandon back there. There's no way. I wouldn't have no idea what's back there. You could write numbers.
So she gets my tooth and then she has like it in her hand. And then she's like, all right, let me just put it in here. And then she takes the other Bobo one out. And then she goes to put it in there. And it slips and then falls onto the floor, right? And starts bouncing like...
Your tooth fell out. Your fucking tooth fell out, dude.
And
That's embarrassing. Like an old hillbilly.
well, she didn't even put it in. They slipped out of her hands.
I know, but it looks as if I were in the
So-
next chair
so
over,
then she's
that
like, "Oh!"
hillbilly's tooth fell out.
She's like, oh, and then she gets out and then she can't find it.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, she can't find it.
Oh, Lord of mercy, I done lost your tooth.
So it must
Oh
have
my god.
it bounced underneath the cabinetry in this house, right? So
Damn, it's under the lemonade fridge. It's under their fridge. It has all their sodas and lemonades in there.
so then she gets down on the floor and she's
no,
looking.
don't make her. You get down to the floor. You don't make that grandma
And
get
she-
down
well,
there and
I'm
look for your
leaned
tooth.
back. I got the bib on.
get
and all
out.
this shit.
No, be a gentleman.
And so the light's there, and I'm like, what? And then
Do you have the glasses on?
I have the glasses, which are all.
Oh, yeah, they got the dust all
It
or
looks like I've
tooth
been
parts.
mudding on a dune buggy.
Mine did too. Mine did too.
I was like, you couldn't wipe them.
My God, when I looked at mine after he drilled out my filling was so big when he drilled it out. I looked at my glasses because I had to pee midway through, and it honestly looked like I was driving a dune buggy in The Amazing Race. It was like all chunks
No,
of
well,
shit
this
all
is the
over.
new. They didn't have to do anything. They gave me the Amazing Race.
All
Anyway,
kinds of shit and blood all over. I'm like, what have you been doing?
so then she's reaching underneath the cabinetry,
yuck.
and then she finds it,
Oh,
right?
yuck.
And she pulls it out.
Wet
And,
bandits.
and then she gets up. She's like, oh, sorry about that. And then she goes and then starts like one Mississippi towards like putting it back into my mouth.
She blew on it.
And then, no, well, then she's like, oh, let me go sanitize this, honey. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And then she walked out for, I'm not joking, 1.5 Mississippis and turned around and she came back with a cup of
This white boy ain't gonna say nothing.
I think she blew on it. Because
She wiped it on her titty. That's what she did. She
I
did
like
this.
that. I support that.
Yeah, I've done that.
either that or
Yeah.
she dunked it in a tiny
I want
paper cup of
everybody to
water.
wipe my temporary fillings on their titties. Wipe them on your titties.
And then as she comes back, I just open my mouth because I'll never say anything.
You got titty teeth.
And then I'm like, she puts it out.
Tom Van Titty Teeth.
And then she
Man.
just puts it right back in there. It had been bouncing
I
underneath the
support this.
cabinetry.
I support this. You realize that you and I...
You gotta get out of there, man.
You realize that you and I are in a very, very select group of people in that dentistry does not bother us. You realize that, right? We have superpowers.
I mean,
I
I don't
heard-
like it.
I mean, I actually do enjoy it because, like, I don't know why, but I've always looked at it like it's maintenance. It's shit people see
Yeah,
A
yeah,
lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
And
It sounds expensive as hell.
Yeah, and I guess as my mom and dad, and I mean this not physically, but they beat it into me that it's important. And it is, I don't know. It's
I
just,
feel bad for the people who can't afford it because like,
Yes.
even this,
It is expensive.
It's too expensive, dude.
this experience
It's
I'm
too
talking
expensive.
about, and I have dental insurance that paid for some portion
Half
of
my
it.
goddamn credit card debt is dental work,
Yeah.
getting my wisdom teeth taken out.
Do you want to know
it was
what my
$800, and then whatever my insurance paid for, it was like a pretty expensive thing.
I went out of pocket. I went out of pocket because I went out of network because I like my dentist, Dr. Curley. He's awesome. You know Dr. Curley. He's a listener. And it was just today, and I'll be paying on it for a minute, was $1,400.
Yeah.
Just today.
Yeah. Dude, it's, how the hell can you afford that?
can't.
If you,
You can't.
You got to make the decision in that.
If you
or
don't have
my
a credit
kids
card or if you don't have $1,400, I mean, obviously
Right.
I put it on a credit card, but in my insurance, and this is the shittiest part, and we rail against insurance on this show because it sucks, but like, no, I think when I got on Andrea's insurance, my general practitioner, my therapy, my dentist, and one other one, my eyes, none of that, all
Not
of those are
covered.
out of network.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, why the fuck do I even have this if every doctor I go to isn't accepted in the thing? Like, what?
Gotta find a new one.
No.
Well, then you gotta pay out of network.
I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
worked too hard to have relationships with doctors that this struggle because Sam
Yeah.
was hunting for forever to find a doctor she liked.
Yep. And then when I had to get
God,
my own,
this-
when I had to get my own insurance, and I talked to Blanchard, I'm like, I don't care what company it is,
Put
but
me
I
here.
need to have someone who has the network with this doctor
This-
and this
yeah.
dentist. That's it.
Yep.
It seems like all the money we waste. I know I sound like an old man when I'm gonna say this, but
Yeah, we're
like
doing
with
an
government-
insurance segment.
I
Right?
know. Jesus Christ.
all the tax
Let's
money.
go back to titty teeth,
we waste so much tax money, right, on dumb shit.
which we never know where it fucking goes anyway.
Yeah, I'm done. Like you're like, let's build another aircraft carrier or some shit or whatever. Let's build some more tanks, and then it's like, and then we can't have like some program. I'd vote for a person that.
Guys doing universal health care.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we're
it's
gonna
just for dentistry. It's
Yeah.
like they pay some, like have a program where people learn how to be a dentist, right, and put them through school, and then get a really good salary. But I mean, maybe not as much as you would work for private, but it's like you're doing maybe free dental care for people who can't afford it. So at least it's quality, you know what I'm saying? And then you focus on just having people where they could have a goddamn teeth again, because some people just it gets to the point where, well,
Make America have teeth again.
dude, there's so many
He get
people.
a lot of
That's the
votes.
slogan.
He
If
get
you're
a
a
shit
poor-
ton of votes, Sam.
You're poor as fuck.
Teeth are important.
You can't
man.
afford it, and you're like, well, it's $30,000 to have nice teeth. I'll never be able to afford it.
Yeah.
So then they just go, and
Yeah.
to the point where you have to get fucking government dentures or some shit.
It was like hearing aids,
It's
and they
like,
just now
goddamn.
made hearing aids like over the counter now. I know I talked about this. This is my last old man topic. I promise. But it's like one of those things where it's like there were people that I knew that could not, older people with fixed income that could not afford like prescription fucking hearing aids, and now Bose makes them. Or this lady, I see this lady on TV all the time. She's like, you can get affordable. It's like, I'll just over the counter. Supposedly, it's going to get to a point where you could just go to CVS, walk in, and they'll just put them in your ears, and then $200. There's your hearing aids. That's the way it should be. We got the fucking technology.
Yeah. It's just, like, I'd be fine with it if there wasn't so much other waste, like my buddies who work for the government, and they're like I
Right.
told you,
'Cause you see it.
they want a stand-up desk and they have to go through $30,000 worth of shit to get. Like, no, we were wasting a bunch of goddamn money. I'd rather go to teeth, right, than my buddy's stand-up government desk.
Do you want to know?
Right? I'd be like, I'd rather that $30,000 go to someone that could have nicer teeth.
Yeah.
But what?
No, I'm with you.
Who wouldn't want that?
I support
A
that.
lot of people.
You know, and
The government.
and with like even
Number one,
even if
yeah.
you are
Insurance
rich,
companies.
and
Number one or two.
like let's say you're mad and you don't want people to get free teeth, like it does benefit you in the way you don't have to look at a black ass teeth, right?
Well, now I just have a mask on, right?
I guess
that
the mask,
story
yeah.
with SBK talking
I
about
gotta
that
go back
sandwich.
and listen to that.
That fucking story where SBK's talking about the guy at Subway making him a sandwich. He's got black teeth. I feel bad for those people. Do you want to know what's on the show?
Yeah.
On this particular show, bad at life is a disease. That's probably one of your rants, I'm
Okay,
guessing. I
yeah.
support that. Tom's street floods. That was when you tried to float my
Oh,
wife's car down. You
man.
did float my wife's car. Isn't it unbelievable that it actually picked your car up and was moving it down the road? Is that not cool?
And no, it wasn't moving down the road.
It-
She had to get into the trunk though.
She did, and we all saw her camel toe.
No, come on.
That's a new thing I'm into with my wife when she wears yoga pants.
Camel toe from the back.
No, from the front. I like it
Oh.
from the front more than the back.
Come on.
Tom Street Fly. Bullfighter gets gored. All the hits on this show.
Do they still do that?
Yeah,
Yes.
but they do it differently now where they
They
simulate
don't kill 'em
it.
at the
They
end?
simulate
Okay,
it.
yeah.
So I
Really?
think...
When that changed?
Yeah, it's not all, but I think they have to like put a flag over its head or something, or I think they have to put a trucker hat on the bull. If you could put a trucker hat on the bull without it flopping it off,
I'd watch that.
you win. It's something like that. I'm making a joke, but it is something like that.
There is some sort of meme I've seen where this bullfighter like just does the tiniest little juke and the bull running full speed, like, you know what I'm saying? And like he's able just to juke him a little bit and the
Yeah.
bull and I'm like, that's some balls.
It's impressive.
yeah.
It is impressive.
like for a bull to run full speed at you and all you have to do is a tiny juke and it will miss you by an inch.
I think we also did Coco Loca on our Loco on the show, which was that snortable chocolate.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think Norm still has some of that.
We start the website tomanddangiveback.com.
Oh, that's coming back for
Yeah.
our auction.
Eat it
Right?
like a vulture, dogtism, redneck rum keg, water joe, which I believe is caffeinated water, and Limerick ticket challenge. My favorite bit on the show. Limerick ticket challenge. I thought of the ticket challenge yesterday. I wanted to bring it back. Let's bring back the ticket challenge, dude.
The problem is either we get no submissions one month or too many submissions.
Let's pay more than one ticket.
Well, then it's like, is that working? I guess there was a lot of BDMs that put stickers on their car, and I do like that. But are people putting on more stickers for...
What if it's an insurance policy for the 1095 BDMs?
I have thought about things like... Then it gets into legality.
Don't worry about the legalities. We'll always just claim ignorance and move on.
Yeah. I've thought
We're
about...
not big enough to get into trouble. We are so small, we're above the law.
That's how I think. But then I'm like... one day you're gonna push it too far, and
there's
then,
no such thing as pushing it too far.
And then everybody's family is gonna look at me and be like, "You idiot!
No,
you
all we
ruined
have
our
to do
lives."
is say it's fake.
Well, but then they're like, "Here it is, real." And we called your accountant. He's too good. He said it's real. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna lie. He said he will not go to jail for you.
Wait a minute, that's what he's supposed to do. I thought the whole point of having an accountant was if the IRS contacts the accountant and says, "Hey, there's some discrepancies here. There's something wrong." The accountant says, "Take me, kill me."
Take me instead of them. That's what I thought too.
That's what they're supposed to do. That why am I hiring them? If he's not going to get in front of the bullet, then get the fuck out of here.
That's what I thought, but it doesn't work like that.
I don't know how.
You
don't
don't want to go to
realize
jail.
just now.
What?
I don't know how anything works.
Me neither.
Let's start the show.
Enjoy your OG show of the week. It sounds like a fun one.
Hop up here, baby.
And we'll see you next time. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha's here. No Butler. I know what you're thinking. Where is he? We don't know.
Should we try and figure that out?
No.
Should we
He'll
put
turn
out
up.
a wanted poster?
He'll turn up. He's like a Florida pit bull, an outdoor pit bull.
He'll come back eventually.
He'll come back eventually, loyal as hell.
Thanks to everyone who came out to Sofa and Suds, another great event, and we won!
Yeah!
We won! I like doing that just to see if I could call it.
Yeah.
Because what if
we won?
There's no
Full
way.
transparency, we are taping this
no way.
way in advance. This is,
Yeah.
is it? It's March 19th, 2019.
Yeah, pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic.
And we're calling it. There's gonna be a
There's
pandemic.
gonna be a pandemic, and man, are you guys in for it?
Oh,
it's
Get your toilet
coming.
paper now.
Some of you guys listening, this is your final broadcast.
And-
And I hate to say that. That's just real talk.
Wait till you see how people handle it.
Oh, man.
It's better than you think.
Yeah.
Better than you think.
Write this down, because you're going to need to say this a lot. We're all in this together.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to become the whole thing. I'm just predicting that now.
I bet they'll come out with a vaccine, and then everybody will be on board.
All good.
And it's going to be great. It's going to be fun.
Mark's here. How you doing, Mark?
What's up, guys? Doing good.
Mark is here. Owner, president. Is that all?
And
am I right?
namesake.
Janitor.
Namesake.
Yeah, janitor. Yeah, we know that. It's funny because there are two people here that get and wash the doo-doo off our toilet. And it's either the cleaning lady, God bless her, who's a good Christian woman who has to walk through the sea of horrible weenies and naked women and all this, like, just...
Oh, remember the kratom music? That was embarrassing.
She used to scoop up our kratom.
Yeah.
This poor
Or at least
lady.
it vacuumed it.
She would not the drawers. She wouldn't touch the drawers. She's like, if it gets on my hands, potent.
It was like the Black Death.
Yeah, she thought it.
It's like anthrax.
I'm virtually certain our cleaning lady thought that was green fentanyl. I swear to God.
I mean, it kind of was.
Why is it? It
What
is,
else
right?
would it be?
It might be. It is. That's what I call it. Green fentanyl.
Anyway, Mark is here from Villon Clothing Company, and full transparency, he came to deliver our brand new. We've never done this before. Tom and Dan. I'll call them beach shorts.
You should let Dan sell the sizzle because you're not good at it.
They're all pre-ordered. I mean, we ordered an extra amount of some sizes to sell after, but they're all gonna go because when people see these,
your favorite. My wife when I was growing up in the 80s. In the 90s, what was the most comfortable short to wear? Your Umbros, right? May I now introduce Dumbros. Tom and Dan Dumbros.
If you go to a strip club with these.
Oh, man. You literally, I think you...
Oh, I laughed too goofy.
Sometimes when I get really, really into things, I laugh like a woman.
These are really awesome. And they're custom made.
Can I see those?
They're retro.
Do you want me to put these on? And I can go in the bathroom and put them on and then come out whack.
No, don't whack it. But we've got men's and women's. Now we did, the majority of these are pre-order. Some will be available on tomanddan.com, but I imagine, once we put it up on the BDM page, but we'll do it again.
Are those the ladies or the?
These are the ladies.
Oh, I like the heart on the butt on those.
That's the Villon heart.
Man.
And
There's
you got the
also
Tom and Dan
polos out
Dreamin'
there.
down there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
And
only going to wear beach shorts and polos from now on.
So, Mark, getting to know you over the past couple years.
Oh, you're going to ask him out? He's been very
I'll
nervous.
take it. I'm sorry.
Like I've always had, I wanted to hang out with other business owners,
my God,
influential
here we go again.
people, and this is
Medium
He wants-
infinity.
He wants to
No,
take
no.
you to Tilted Kill.
Yeah, he wants to go
I just
to,
thought that's how
Twin Peaks, you and Mark discussing, we need to make the shorts 1 inch shorter. That's the numbers.
when I had the fantasy of being a business
Hold on a
owner.
second.
Man.
Can we analyze
That
that
was
one?
rough.
Is that okay? Because I feel like I'm,
old man.
I
It
feel
was
like
it was trying to
I
start.
feel like I'm over talking today because I've had a lot of caffeine. But that one went. That one, it was like a mummy dying.
It was bad.
It was like the last breath that a mummy takes.
It was suspenseful though.
I just thought I'd be hanging out with more movers and shakers
How
of the
dare
business
you?
world.
I'm a business owner.
Yeah, she is, and so is Butler. I mean,
That's,
technically,
that's true. You
And
you
no,
hang
it's
out with
not.
all
I've
business
never-
owners.
so am I. But you don't hang out with me anymore.
No, well,
You don't like me anymore. Something changed.
and it's because everybody gets bored. What are you? You
Oh,
put
he called you
together
boring.
Legos.
That's the word. I'm gonna cry right now.
No.
That is the absolute.
He
You know
stopped
what?
hanging
You're my
out with
new
you
best friend.
because you were boring.
You know, you're
That
my new
is
best friend.
Well, no, Mark does
No,
cool
no,
stuff.
Mark Villon's my new
He
best
was
friend.
surfing the other day.
Yeah. Well, he texts me all the time. He's like, I got extra surfboards, and guess who's gonna take him up on it now? Because you've turned your back on me.
Wait a minute.
I almost called you an MF right there.
Mo is going on Seth's boat. You're going surfing with Mark.
Well, I
You're
gotta
losing
set it
all
up.
your friends.
I gotta set it up. So Mark knows I'll flake. I'll say, I'll set it up, and in the morning of, I'll be like, I can't. My daughter did some crap.
We did ride the scooter together.
We did. We did.
Oh.
That's true.
And so, but then I see how Mark runs his business, and obviously the Villon Clothing Company is huge. By the way, a buddy of mine moved to Satellite Beach, where Villon is. That's your home base.
Yeah.
And so everywhere I go, I see Villon stickers. I see, and then people know you. And then I remember I was wearing a Villon straw hat. And then it literally in the ice cream
Hey, look
shop.
at that dork wearing the cool hat.
No, they're all apparently friends of yours. Everybody knows you in Satellite Beach. Everyone's like, oh yeah,
Famous.
Mark. They're like, oh, my buddy owns that
Oh,
company.
did you start name dropping? You're like, he's my buddy.
Oh my God.
So that makes us buddy. Put him there, buddy. Hi, buddy.
I do say, I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing business. I just texting him and then I show them.
Yeah.
They
You
walk
show
away.
them the text?
Well,
Yeah.
because they think I'm lying.
You know,
at
you've
first.
been doing something lately that really pisses me off. Lately on Instagram, he's been going on people's posts under their pictures and then just writing, promoted on Tom and Dan. Promoted on Tom and Dan. Promoted on Tom. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't seen it.
Scam artist.
So, how do you do it, Mark? Because you're like having a good time.
He doesn't have kids.
Exactly.
That's it.
One.
That's it. Done. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Well, I don't hang out with my kids that much. You know, they're doing their own thing.
You
They'd
only
rather
hang-
play video games than hang out with me.
I'm going out to a comedy show with Sam.
Yeah.
I'm leaving my kid in the house by herself.
Oh, she's fine.
Yeah, she is fine.
That's true.
Dog crate.
Well, I don't do dog crate because she's a little beyond that.
Oh, okay.
We do pee-pee pads, and I cut open a big bag of Old Roy with a knife, and I just let her take what you want. It's like leave a penny, take a penny.
Yeah. Oh,
Maisie knows more than I do about how to take care of herself.
About-
I would bet
Not about everything, but about maybe cleanliness. Yeah.
no, just
She's a
about
girl.
like her being able to take care of herself over a 1 week period of time. I will bet on Maisie.
I got
over
pissed at her
myself.
last night. She left the freezer open. She went and got her own. She made her own ice water, and she left the freezer open.
So
My ice cream was soft.
So, Mark, back to business here, because like it's seemingly super easy to work with you with like coming up with these shorts ideas, and we got a new batch of villain, like Tom and Dan and villain stuff coming out. And I know that there's the DOP kit / makeup bag.
Yep.
Let's go over the items because I forgot.
Oh. I'm glad you're doing
Sorry.
business with him.
I kind of forgot
Someone's
you, but
got to
why
do
not?
it. Wow.
Hold on a second. I see you guys
Did
falling.
you guys
in love.
take your medicine this morning?
My God.
We
Next
got,
thing you're gonna put the hand up and lean in.
We're giving
Do
away
we got
like,
dog collars?
I was gonna say we're giving away like 50 dog collars, aren't we, for all the emails we got?
Yeah, we got dog collars, dog leashes, license plates. We got the makeup bag, waterproof bag.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
my God. We're like an apparel company. Is that what you're telling people?
He's trying to compete with Dan Cummins.
No, when we can't.
No.
He's got like challenge coins and all
Got
kinds of
blankets.
stuff.
But
Like challenge coins. I don't need more
Jigsaw
challenges in my life.
puzzles.
And we'll obviously promote all the stuff. Of course, BDMs will get the first crack at it. And it'll be up on villonclothing.com, and we'll have a link on our merch page and stuff. But I heard all the stuff has come in. We're still waiting on the bags. Let me ask you this, because my mom forwarded me an email, and she told me that we can't buy any gifts. No shipping shortage.
I started laughing because it could be anything. My mom just emailed me. She said Obama.
She said
like, that's what I thought it was going to be.
she said that you better buy your gifts now because there's a shipping shortage.
Yes.
Well,
and
yeah,
you
it's
can't
already
get any
halfway through November.
presents if you don't order them 2 days ago. So is that true?
Oh, yeah. Well, when we first sat down and talked about it, shipping was somewhat normal. We're like, oh yeah, sure, 30 days, whatever, it'll be good. Then like a week later, everything just starts falling apart, and ports are shut, and a shipping container's $31,000 right now to get from China to the U.S.
$31,000. My
Used
God.
to be under 5.
Wow.
It jumped up that much.
Yeah.
Holy crap, man. That's insane.
Now, obviously, once we have our stuff, like we ship it. You ship from satellite, so
Right.
it's right there.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you deliver. Like sometimes you end up delivering the stuff yourself, right?
Yeah, in our area, we do all our deliveries same day or next day. Try to keep it like faster than Amazon, kind of like something different than everything else out there. But
That's cool.
So
we can't do that. Yeah, Eric is here. He's just saying, He's like, no.
yeah, and so okay, back to business. Because
When did we get off business?
Yeah, when did we get on business? Right? We've never been a business.
So me and Mark have the same passions in life.
I don't
know
think
if you
that's
know
true.
this.
Yeah, I mean, every day you're just checking the surf report.
Well, not surfing so much.
okay.
Although he does invite me surfing and like.
Oh, he invites you too. I'll make note of that, Mark.
open offer, anything.
I thought
Well,
Mark was my friend, and
he
now
invite-
he's inviting everybody.
He invites the family, and then he's like, "You gotta get your kids out there surfing, right? Because like all these satellite beach
and your kids look like surfers.
we call them satellite beach rats. They are
not nice,
I mean, They are out there surfing. Sorry.
Satellite beach, then he barks. So I'm like,
Jesus.
you're making a good impression.
But the beach kids, they raise themselves. They're out there surfing
Yeah,
at the
sand
age
plays.
of 3. As soon as you can stand, you're surfing, right?
They're a little tougher over there.
Yeah.
Dogs are too. Everyone grows
Yeah.
up outside.
Everyone's a little salty, a little gritty.
Little
Yeah,
red brown boys.
Like I can't even
Yeah,
go
red
in the,
browns.
I go in the ocean and my wife is screaming, "Hold their hands, the undertow!" She's
Yeah,
screaming,
yeah.
and then I have to
But
hold
they're
my
in
son.
ankle deep water.
Yeah. I have to hold my son's hands when we're
and they
ankle.
have floaties on.
Yeah, I'm in ankle deep water, and my wife's screaming undertow. So I'm too embarrassed to tell you that, Mark. There's no way I'm gonna get Tommy and Max out there surfing on surfboards.
Well, I don't think he means go out to like all the way out, like past different breaks. I think he means just get them on a board, push them a little bit,
Yeah.
see if they can stand up.
Yeah, but
You're on top of the water. You don't get sucked in.
well, you fall off. Like there's
Yeah, but
they
they
don't
know
have
how
the
to
balance.
swim.
They have no balance.
But they can swim.
They
Their
can-
legs barely work.
They can swim. I didn't tell, but Tommy was traumatized one time because
What'd you
What'd you do?
No.
Thank you. That's where I was
this
going.
wasn't me. This was my wife. She was
Don't you
standing
blame her.
at
That's
in
not
satellite.
fair. She's not here.
And like there are people. There's a lot of surfing in satellite.
Oh, yeah.
Like for like it's at that area where I mean it's like, I guess it breaks good waves, right?
Yeah, the whole from Sebastian Inlet north all the way up to State. That's where the waves kind of
It's
start.
considered
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, like anything around Central Florida, kind of, well, traditional Central Florida, like where I grew up.
Yeah.
No, sir.
It's like no one surfs in Daytona Beach.
Yeah, you
right?
do.
Oh, they do.
Yeah,
Oh, they do?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's not considered. It's not like if you get a great day there, you're like, oh, we got a great day. But they
Yeah,
have
but-
more consistently better.
New
waves.
Smyrna's really good.
New Smyrna
but-
is great.
But Satellite has its own.
So my wife was standing at Satellite Beach, and it was like there must have been some storm out there. So like the waves are big. I mean, I say big, but they're like, no one. There was a couple surfers out there, but it wasn't like a spectacular wave day.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was standing there, and a wave came. She had her back turned. Tommy was in front of her, and it knocked her down on top of Tommy.
Ooh, like kook slam.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it when people fall when waves hit them.
And then Tommy's caught in the bric-a-brac of her
Oh, yeah.
gigantic
Swirling
mom
weed-
bathing suit.
weeds, yeah.
You know,
You've
like
got
in a net.
weeds and ass and sand, and it's just
Yeah, and the big
Yeah.
frillies that is her 1920s mom bathing
Oh,
suit.
my mom. This has happened to me. My mom falls over, her oversized hat, her jumbo sunglasses, all of the ruffles.
Yeah.
Her bush is tangled in my eyes. I can't see because her bush is in my eyes.
Yeah. And then she like pinned Tommy for like a one Mississippi underwater.
You got a
And
solid.
then-
For me, it was like my mom, not a big woman, but at this point in time, she's a little heavier. So we had a big mama laying on me. I'm dying.
And then I'm not joking. If you ask Tommy, he says, "I thought I was gonna die."
I should laugh.
Like, matter of fact, and he's like, "I almost died." And then we have to tell me you didn't almost die. He's like, "Yes, I
He
did."
tells
I
everybody.
He
almost-
knows. He's
tells
telling the truth.
He's like, "I almost died. My mom fell on me and she was gonna drown me dead." And then I'm like, "No,
He has
you're."
PTSD, so he does have some trauma.
God.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, because of that
There's
incident,
grit. There's your grit.
no, I made him scared of the giant waves now. And anyway, so back to business. What I want to know, Mark,
Snorted. I'm sorry.
is like we were texting the other day. Oh, back to passions.
No, stick to one.
I'm
No.
jumping around crazy.
Yeah, passion over business always.
Did I take my pills? What the hell?
I don't know, but I like it.
I
I feel like there's two of me in here today, and I love it.
Me and Mark like plants. We're both plant men, so and he brings me some plumerias every once in a while, some cuttings.
Yeah.
Which I noticed there was no cuttings today.
Yeah,
Guess
I mean,
we're
like, what the
slacking a
hell?
little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe put them all in my car since we're best friends now.
I did get the Gabriella plant in the mail.
That was from me, by the way. I hope you liked
No,
it.
that was me.
I hope you liked it. I made sure to pack that one myself.
So anyway, we text back and forth about plants and everything. Invites me surfing, but then like I was
You keep throwing that in. Like I too would like to say that every time you get invited, I do as well.
and then
And I answer mine at least. I don't ignore them like you probably do.
I just invite everyone that won't go.
but I always
That-
reply.
that is good, by the
But
way.
I always reply.
you know what? Hold on, you just thought of a brilliant thing. You think of something.
It's the
someone
impossible
won't-
task.
Yes, and
That's why you guys are friends.
And it looks like you're like, man, this guy's generous. He invites me to everything I don't want to go to. But you know that, so it's like so you don't have to get all the boards together. Like if I actually show up, you know how much of a hassle it's gonna be. My wife's
My
gonna
God,
be
I gotta
yelling.
get a bunch of foam boards
Yeah.
for these nerds.
I'm putting like so much sunscreen on my
got
son's
zinc all over.
Yeah.
Get
We're
the water
there.
wings.
Look, everybody, powder's here.
You're constantly saving us from drowning. You're like, oh my God, I just want to surf. Why am I doing this? Anyway, so speaking of surfing, I was texting Mark about like, some business.
Cowabunga, Mark. It's Tom.
and when our stuff is going, the shipment's coming and all that.
That's awfully demanding.
And then Mark told me, he's like,
Who is this?
I'm off today. This is like a Thursday or something. But he's like, surf is great. So we're like, the whole company's going surfing.
Yes.
And I'm like, I've heard of this in GoPro company. You know what I'm
Yes, yeah.
There's these.
And then in Silicon Valley, what you do is like when you've made a bunch of money or you finish the app, you're like, today I hired Kid Rock to perform for lunch. And he shows up and he does ba with a ba. And you got pizza, lunch, catered, something.
Yeah. So like, there's these cool, young, hip companies that just.
I can't even get you to do an end of the year dinner.
We did it one time, and you all said you hated it.
Well, it's because you invited Tony.
No, you all said you didn't want to do it, and you'd better off that we just do nothing, and I give you guys a $25 Cracker Barrel gift card.
No, I asked him this year. I said, do you guys want to go out to eat with us, or you want money? And Sam goes, we want money. We hate you. I was like, fine, money.
No. And so anyway, then you were like, well, we're going surfing for today. No work today. And I was like, what?
It blew your mind.
Yes, and then I was like, well, we need to run our company like that, where everybody has fun, and then all of a sudden, like, you show up and like,
Butler's surfing right now.
Well, he's the only one having
He
fun.
literally is at the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
He is at the beach right now.
He's the only one having fun. When then anyway, how do you do it, Mark? How do you create a corporate vibe like Villon, where everybody's seemingly having a good time?
How do you hate fun? We're trying to bring the fun.
But how do you also wield a certain level of respect so your employees aren't always surfing instead of printing the shorts?
Yeah.
Well, those are printed somewhere else.
But I mean, like, they still you gotta have somebody pack them up or put them on the thing or draw something for me. For Christ's sake, somebody do something.
You guys got a coffee truck. You're opening up now a brick and mortar
surf shop.
I mean, we haven't announced that yet, but it's
I'm joking.
You idiot. I gotta cut that out now.
You heard it here. No, it's fine.
You're changing my business plans.
This is how I ruin friendships.
Yeah.
It's accidental dickhead.
It's good for me.
I
I got a
know.
new best friend because you keep making mistakes.
Sorry.
Well, instead of the surf tax, I'll just send a Ron John's gift card.
So, I mean, but like, how do you build like a seemingly? And I know you guys are busy all the time, and you're busy and working hard, but it's like, when surf's up, you go out and
I think
have
what
a good time.
what he's trying to say is, how do you create a culture where you work hard and play hard? Right?
No, you gotta have fun. If you don't have fun, it shows through everything else. So it's like if you're having fun, what you're doing.
It's showing. Your no fun is showing, sir. Sorry,
that
sir.
what it is?
Sir, your no fun is falling out of your pants. And it's sad.
Is that what you need to do? Is like have more fun?
I've been saying this for a very long time.
And then everybody and then the company gets better, and then everybody's happier, and then it's like, what?
I think you figured it out.
Hold on, I was taught that you have to you have to be miserable. You have to show up mad, and then
And the more miserable you are, the better the company does.
Yes, that's what I saw in the movies, and then the other guy. The boss was Scrooge McDuck counting his money, and he's mad at everybody.
You gotta throw the stapler.
Yeah, but that's what
Do you
I
ever
learned.
get mad at your employees?
No.
No. What if
Well,
they do something wrong?
on the inside.
How would you handle it if they did something wrong? And seriously, would you just would you let
Would
your
you
wife
publicly
handle
embarrass
it?
them?
Would you handle it?
Yeah, you bring him on the show.
Would you bring them on the
Yell at
show
them.
and dress them sideways, dress them down?
Shut the door behind them, have them sit down.
Oh, I hate closed door meetings. I hate it when employees call closed door. I have something I got to talk to you about. I'm like, am I the boss? I don't want to talk to you.
No,
I don't want to handle any problems.
So, Mark, let's talk material. No, because our Tom and Dan shorts and like a lot of the Villon clothing is made out of this material that I love, right? Because I was just wearing my Villon a button down, and it's made out of the same material, and it's super light, like you're wearing nothing. But it's still a button down that looks like I was wearing it out to dinner or whatever down in Marco.
You call it your invisible clothes.
It's something about wearing the lightweight bathing suit type. Like, what is that?
Well, it's actually it just happened because it's our board short material that we used from the beginning. It's 4-way stretch, it's moisture wicking, and then we wanted to get button-ups made, and we're going through samples, and I was like, it's hot in Florida. We don't. And then I was trying to tell them just make it out of the board short material, and they're like, no, it's not going to work. I'm like, just try it, please. And now it's like our best selling, and so it's basically board short material for polos, for button ups. It's all 4-way stretch. It's light.
Yeah, it's awesome. I have a few at the house I wear.
I'm literally so spoiled by it that when I wear boxers, I'm mad at my boxers or underwear. Like I just want my boxers to be made out of it too, because that is like such a good material.
Could you make a cloth diaper out of it?
So, what's next for Villon? I know that I may have teased the.
Jeez, you said it.
You straight up said it. You straight up looked at the
Why
camera
did they
and
wear it?
You
was?
revealed it. Yeah, you literally.
I threw the idea out there. I
You
said,
literally pulled the curtain off of the new thing.
I
Yeah,
mean,
what is next for you guys?
Well, next we got our 16-year anniversary party coming
Congrats.
up. Oh, thanks. Saturday after Thanksgiving, we're doing bands all day long, and it's actually pretty cool. The first 3 bands are kids that cover like Sublime and Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they're really good.
That's
I
awesome.
wanna go to
Yeah,
that.
I want to see little
Satellite Beach Rats.
Yeah,
That's exactly.
Like how old?
I think they're like about between like 8 to 12,
That's very young.
and they're good. They're
yeah,
awesome.
I think that's really cute, man. That's cool. I'd come out and support that.
And they start early. Then we have like a reggae band playing, and then we have another
Oh,
band.
I hope it's a kid reggae band. There needs to be more kid reggae, but I mean real reggae. I mean, no disrespect to it. I mean, they got to be little Jamaican kids.
Yeah.
authentic.
Yeah.
And where is that happening?
It's in at Goombas in Satellite Beach. It's basically just over Pineda on A1A.
Awesome.
You've been to Goombas, right? Didn't
Yep.
you say
It's
you went
it's
there?
where the coffee truck is.
Yes.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. That's where the Villon coffee truck is. Me and Mark had a business meeting there one time, where I showed
Talking
up.
business.
And
Where are my free shorts?
it was very much like that. Then I got as much iced coffee as I could hold, and then got in my truck and
drove away.
and spilled it, which I didn't know.
You did. It's still in there, isn't it?
Only 2 of them spilled, and it's because I put it on my GD passenger seat, and then when I hit the brakes, the 2 not leaning against the seat just tipped over and just started onto my
pouring it
oh yeah.
Oh, Goombay.
Then I used a villain shirt too.
Oh, no.
That he gave me as well. I'm screaming. My wife's texting me. Where'd you go? Because I didn't tell her.
And you're like,
I
I'll be home.
snuck out.
I'll be home in 5 minutes here in Satellite Beach.
No, she was there.
Oh, she was
Yeah, we were at the Wizard's house, and they woke up hungover. Like, where's? I snuck into the house. Anyway, sorry, Mark. So these shorts will be available on tomanddan.com. And we've got a couple exercises that we ordered that you may pick up, but I have a feeling they'll be sold out. But all the new Villon stuff, the new Tom and Dan Villon stuff, which includes a vanity license plate, a BDM vanity license
Super
plate.
cool, yeah.
I actually have some here. I'll grab.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, awesome. Those are great.
And they'll be on there as well. So congratulations on 16
man.
years.
Oh, thanks.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
congrats. And again, if people want to participate in your celebration, how would they, and when would be the best time, I guess, to head down to celebrate 16 years of Villon clothing?
We're gonna start early because the coffee truck opens in the morning, and we're going all day, probably till like 11ish at night.
Dig it.
It's a Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Okay. Very
Awesome.
good. Good to know.
All right, we'll be right back. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Javier.
Sofa and Suds this Sunday. It's the Sanford Couch Races.
It is. I've heard more about this year's Sanford Couch Races than, dare I say, this is going to be.
Well, we missed them for a year.
Yeah, but this is this probably going to be the biggest one yet.
I saw like a time hop on my Facebook.
I don't look at any of that. I hate that. I
And-
hate that. It's always stuff I don't want to see, like my mom's
doing this for 6,
my
7
mom's death.
Yeah. It is a bummer a lot of times.
You know what's a bummer? It's not that she died. That is a bummer. I mean, it goes without saying, right? What's a bummer is that a cartoon dinosaur holds a picture of her in the hospital. I don't need that. You know what I mean? It's a cartoon dinosaur. He's like, hey, I'm the time hop guy. I'm like, get out of here. You should read your room, dinosaur.
So, with the couch races being this Sunday, we've had a problem for the past 3 years now where Team Audi, because how it goes, for anybody that doesn't know, local businesses put together a couch, basically put a couch on wheels, and then we have a race, and it's basically you versus another person, bracket style,
Correct.
right? And that other business. So for years we did it, and there was always random winners. But about 3 years ago, when Audi came aboard, they built a ridiculous, like I say ridiculous, like a really nice couch that was engineered.
I don't think it's fair to take the German-trained Audi mechanics and get them to engineer your car, your couch. I don't think that's fair.
It does seem a little unfair when they're racing against, like, the short film company,
Shorts Film Festival, or Sanford
or the
Flower
Shop, or the the other bars that
Celery City.
I mean,
the Imperial.
Most of the people are so drunk by the time they're because it's mostly by
Buster's Bistro, all those regulars that always enter every year, and then you got Audi. They come up with their German engineer. I believe
it is like Rocky.
Well, the Audi's catchphrase is truth in engineering.
Yeah.
I don't think if your catchphrase is truth in engineering, you should be allowed to dominate like that.
And their team is more professional. They're there to win. They're running against other
they're like car
drunk
nerds.
dads.
They're car nerds,
And so they take it seriously. Anyway, they've won 3 years in a row, I believe, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Three?
I think it's
it is three.
And 2019 being the third year. And
now last year, we didn't do it.
Yes.
So I feel like they should be stripped of their title, just like you would do if, in the wrestling world, if Hulk Hogan breaks his leg in real life, then he has to give up the title.
Yeah, because
And since we didn't do it last year, clean slate, and I feel like since they've won 3, why don't we just say, okay, you guys you're the Hall of Fame?
Well, we're not in charge of the rules, and they.
I thought it was Tom and Dan's sofas and
That's
stuff.
what I
thought. It's kind of like.
We're like the David Moss of it. You just put our name on it.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, with like when you get the car dealership, you just put David Moss.
Do you honestly believe The Rock drinks his energy drink? Do you honestly believe that? The Zao energy? Do you think he drinks that?
Yeah. Do you think he has anything or control over the branding of it?
He don't
or
drink
like
that.
Or like who's filling the cans?
He doesn't drink that.
You've never
I
seen
drink
the factory.
I drink it. I'm like, I look just like The Rock.
They gave him one virtual tour of the factory, and then they didn't show him the bad parts.
No, they didn't show that.
Anyway,
poison.
So, because we're not in charge of the rules, and we have to keep, because we're actually in the competition, I feel like if we were in charge of the rules, then people would be screaming collusion.
Well, they get very competitive.
Yeah. So
it's a very competitive event.
I've been a part of it for a couple years. I pushed.
Yeah. So
It got violent.
Yeah, I forget that Sam's done this.
Yeah, first 2 years.
but
That's true.
Since me and Daniel kind of host the whole thing, we feel like it's not as good if we just have Audi win it every year, and it's like they blow the doors off everybody. So
Literally.
we decided to ask some BDMs for help, because that's what we always do. And we actually got a BDM to design our couch, and I would say that this year I think we have the best chance due to the couch design.
Yeah, the couch looks great.
Because the couch now is a frame and a steering wheel and like shock steering, and it looks, really
Good wheels, very stable.
welded and stuff. And so I think we have a shot to beat Audi, but we need a good pushing team. Now,
It's all in the pushing.
originally,
Do we get our pushing team a push present?
No.
well,
That's a
I
joke.
offered them a bonus, but originally I was going to get Seth and his musclehead
The
friends,
Muscle Boys, yeah.
from his gym to push the couch, and I text Seth and I was like, "Hey, I'll pay you guys this as long as you win." And he's
Yeah.
like, he started saying,
career fair.
well, no, first he agreed to it, and then I texted him a week ago. I'm like, "Hey, can you still push this couch? I'll give you the money." And then he's like, "I'm doing a career fair. I gotta go there."
Career
Go there,
fair.
spin the wheel.
And then he's like, "Spin the wheel. We're gonna be there Saturday and Sunday."
Try sign up some of these brats.
Yeah, and then he's like telling me, and then he shows me the picture, and it's some like clown convention. It was like kid entertainers or
Yeah.
whatever. So it's like a bunch of clowns and like
Entertain children.
and karate
Clowns.
studios,
Karate studios.
and like nurseries or
Yeah,
whatever.
and
I don't
like
know.
Grammys, Playville.
Yeah. yeah, a bunch of those.
Yeah, a bunch of those. You know those places? Sam,
Monkey
where you-
Joe is
Monkey
there.
Joe's is there. Yeah.
The actual Dr. Monkey Joe.
Excuse me?
He's a doctor.
Dr. Monkey Joe.
I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Dr. Monkey Joe will be there because they put. Okay, this is going to be hurtful to Seth, but they put him in the same category as just traditional clown babysitter. Dr. Monkey Joe still making me
Yeah,
my
like
God.
all the the Congo River people there.
Ah,
you know.
you kicked the board, spin the wheel. Oh, you're a samurai now.
So he screwed me, and now he can't do nothing. So I panicked, and then Butler was like, "I'll maybe be there if my vacation ends," and I'm like, "I can't rely on you."
I'll try to leave early.
Yeah. And
Don't forget the couch.
He's kind of old now, and
Yeah.
I don't think he's I don't think he
moves
does the
real
CrossFit
slow.
anymore.
No.
Old man knees.
No.
So
He's always got a boot on his leg.
so then I was like,
He's got a bad toe.
there's some BDMs out there that are fit, right?
He offered to ask the NARP group, the subgroup.
Yeah,
of,
but they're in there
NARPs.
trying to get fit. They're not fit.
But
It's
they're
not like-
working out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like most people, like, look, I work out every day, and I'm a potato. You know what I mean? Like, I ride my
What's that mean?
Peloton every day, but that's not for health, like my body. That's for my brain.
Yeah. I see. Yeah, like just because you work out every day
No.
doesn't mean you're fit.
Yeah, no.
I
I mean, Louis Anderson stretches. You know, he does.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so I was like, let me put it in the BDM page, and I got a bunch of emails from BDMs that wanted to push a couch. And I think I specified in the post, I was like, hey, I need you guys to win, right? So I thought
Yeah,
that,
the goal is to win.
yeah, the goal
Yeah, but
is
if
to
these
get the
guys
best
have-
pushers.
But if these guys have your confidence, they could be Chungus Gloriosos. Like, for instance, like, and this isn't me, I'm not trying to be mean here, but
Yeah.
Izzy is the Glorioso. He's the Chungus Glorioso.
Yes,
But he
yes.
has a lot of confidence. And I don't think there's anything he doesn't think he can do, right? And I'm all for that. I think everybody should body positive but in this
I
scenario,
saw him work one day, the entire
I know.
day, detailing my old boat.
I know, but we need fast and lean, right? Light and lean and fast here. And you didn't
Yeah.
set any specification on that. You literally
No.
just open it up.
Well, I
Yeah.
thought that was implied when I
You
was like,
can't assume that it's implied.
When I
because
was
they're-
like-
again, they're going to have your confidence.
Clear directions.
You're the same person that said if you were riding a BMX bike, I saw a BMX guy get hit on his BMX bike,
Oh my
and he
God.
flew through the air and he landed right on his head. Tom said, I could land that. He's like, I would be
No.
self-aware enough to land on my feet.
no, I just said maybe like
No,
smooth-
you didn't say maybe. You said
Bird
100%. If I get hit by a van on my BMX bike, I can flip and land on my feet.
Oh yeah, well, I just said maybe I could like you know that move where you're like
You use your arm.
just to not
Hi,
land on my
hi,
head.
hi,
I just like I'll talk at the last second, not land on my head anyway. So we got 2 BDMs that emailed me, and they were the first ones to email me fast.
Yes.
Wanting to push the couch. I know nothing about them, but I have to interview them before I let them push it because I don't want to lose again. And then we did all this for nothing. So first person on the line, or should we put them both on?
I got them both up.
All right. So Trevor and David are here, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So let's talk to Trevor first. So Trevor,
All right.
you emailed me you want to push the couch out at Sofa and Suds. So that told me that you were a fit guy, that you believed you could win. You know, I said we
He's
want to
already
beat
laughing.
we wanted to beat Audi. Now, it's not even like you have to run a GD marathon or anything.
Right.
It's like
but it is a sprint.
No, you're going to run as fast as you can
Yeah.
while pushing something
Right.
down a street. It's not easy.
no, it isn't. Now you'll have 3 other pushers, so it's 4 pushers and 1 driver. Now we got the driver. And
Who's the driver?
Tina.
Tina, BDM Tina is the
Why
driver.
do we have a lady driver? Oh my God!
I knew you would
my
say
God.
this. I knew
We
you
wanted
would
to
say
be
this
inclusive.
because she's tiny and tough, and that's
She is
what we
tough.
need for the
Okay,
driver.
all right, hey, all right.
And I believe she won't sue us when the BDMs,
Ah.
when this whole contraption falls apart and she goes rocketing into the cobblestone. And then her pit bull starts biting everybody crazy. See, I'm hoping that her pit bull biting everybody will then persuade her not to sue us because she's like, oh, then they're gonna sue me for the pit bull. You know what I'm saying?
It's all even in the wash.
Like you don't want to get the cops involved. I like doing business with people that don't want to get the cops involved.
No.
Right.
So Tina's in, and
we're good. And Sanford cops are peacocks anyway. I saw that. They're everywhere.
And she's light. And then a person that helped build the BDM couch is in. I don't know what he's doing, but I just put him in.
You're doing the thing where if somebody loans you something, you're like, yeah, you could get VIP. You're doing that.
Yeah.
He's doing that.
Well, they helped build the couch. I got nothing else. I got some merch.
I know this dumb trick from all the stupid radio stuff we've done. You get some guy to loan you. What do we need? Oh, we need a toilet. Oh, I got a toilet. You get VIP.
So, Trevor, let's talk about the last time you exercised. Like, when is the last time you've run?
Why don't we start with your height?
Okay,
why don't we start with your weight? Why don't we start? Do you have any pre-existing
What's your build?
conditions?
Well, if you ask that to an NFL linesman, you may be thrown off because they're going to,
I do think we're going to have to know that. If the guy's like, yeah, I'm in a wheelchair and like, what do you want?
All right, Trevor, what's your height and weight?
All right, my height is 6'4".
Nice.
No,
I
that's
like
good.
that.
That's
I
good.
like that.
That's good.
I've got the offensive lineman size. I always have since I was a kid. I'm right at 310.
All right.
310.
He's 6'4".
I was an offensive lineman in high school. I've been pushing things my whole life.
Okay, you can do. They push the sled,
Oh, God.
and they have short
Man,
bursts.
My job is pushing things up hills right now.
What's your job?
What do you do?
I deliver soda for a popular soda brand in the Orlando area.
Okay.
He's a soda man.
He's a soda pusher.
What hills are you going
Hey,
on?
those
The
cases
ramp
are
of his
heavy.
truck.
So,
The ramp of a truck, up hills, in the stores.
So what do you guys got? Who's your number one guy? Who's your Michael Jordan? Well, we got the old Diet Mountain Dew delivery guy. He's stepping in. He's going to crush it.
So
We
Trevor,
got Dr. Pepper Billy.
you used to be a high school athlete, correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, how long ago was that?
What sport?
Like, what song was popular when you were in high school? Just tell us that.
Say Counting
what was
Blue
that Usher
Cars.
song?
What was
What was
it?
that Usher song, Little John?
Yeah. The Usher song. Just
That
say,
might be a
song,
while
yeah.
ago.
just say Counting Blue Cars Dishwalla.
All right. So it's been a minute.
It's been a while.
So like around my age or whatever.
This is my new favorite
Okay,
bit.
so the base
How
man
fat
is
are you and what's
35.
your song? This is my favorite bit. Fat people's songs.
What are you gonna say, Trevor?
I'm 35, if that helps.
Okay,
He's
not
a
that
young
bad.
guy.
Not
Young
that bad.
guy, yeah.
I mean, you can.
I support the 6'4" and the 35. The weight, but yeah,
No.
if you got a good burst of energy, I'm on
I
board.
think Frank Gore played till he's like 37, so there's that.
I'm
He's
not
doing
Frank
a
Gore.
Frank Gore is fighting on the undercard of the Jake Paul thing next weekend or something.
I know we're gonna talk about that with EJ.
Unbelievable.
Why is he doing it? Like,
Because
why?
he can. That's why. Because he's gonna beat this guy up.
So, Trevor, do you think that you can handle pushing? Have you been to the couch races?
Every year.
Okay, so you have you're familiar with how long and fast you got to push, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
I like this guy.
So, a last question: when's the last time you've run full speed? Because a lot of times
You should try that before you do the event.
a lot of dads haven't run full speed in like a decade. Like it goes along.
I haven't. I biked full speed. I haven't run full. I ran
yeah.
full speed the other day with Maisie, and I had to lay down in the garage.
You just lose track of time, and then next thing you know, you're like, man, I haven't run full speed in like
I
14
didn't.
years.
You know what the hardest part of running full speed was, and I wasn't even going that fast. I didn't know how to stop myself.
Right.
Yeah, you build up some momentum.
Yes.
So when's the last time,
You gotta
Trevor?
find something to run into.
Okay.
The last time I ran, I run about every now and then with my kids down the street, back and forth. They like running to the end of the street or riding their bikes, and I'll keep up with them.
No,
For about a
that's
good
a
quarter
lie.
mile, half mile.
I've never seen a dad take off running while their kids are
So,
riding
how long?
bikes.
How long is your street,
Okay,
Trevor?
That's a lie.
Your measurement distance is way off. A quarter
okay,
mile
okay.
is how long people drag race. Like your street's not that long. Your street is
Okay,
200
fine,
feet.
fine. You got me. You got me.
35
It's maybe
feet.
a tenth of a mile.
Your
So
street.
I know I can run that.
You
All right.
can run at full speed from where you park to the automatic door at Publix.
Yeah. I can do
Okay,
that,
then
too.
you're
All
good.
right, Okay, because I don't have anybody else, you're in. All right. So,
All right.
Now I got to talk to David. David, are you there?
I thought you said you had tons of emails.
Well, I have Trevor, David.
Yeah, tons
Brandon.
of emails, but most of them he can't read.
I got Slaughterhouse Jeremy.
Oh, I love Slaughterhouse Jeremy.
And then a girl emailed me, and then I was like, "Well, we already have."
But she just wanted. She just wants to cheat.
The person that you sat on the couch. We don't need another girl.
Yeah, we don't need to push her.
Oh yeah. We need men.
What are you gonna
do? So
You're gonna do that move I do with my wife when we're carrying something heavy, where I don't lift at all, and I put all the weight on her, and I'm like, go, I got it, and I just put all the weight on her.
David, are you there?
I'm here, yeah.
So, David, I'm sure you listened to some of the questions we asked. Trevor, how athletic are you? Weight and height, please.
5'10", 240.
5'10", 240. What is that?
Well, I'm 5'10".
I think you could have just. I think you could have just said 5'10", 5'10". It's like, I think it's I'm a square, but
We need to talk to a 5'10", 5'10". If you're a 5'10", 5'10", email us.
this is my favorite
full
segment.
square.
You know what? I was wrong about this. You got the goods, buddy. You should have a talk show.
So, David, if you were on the Arnold chart of fitness, you know what I'm talking about?
I say put him in.
Yeah. Like the chart of fitness says
We got soda guy and
that
squareman.
you're
Soda and square.
a couple pounds overweight. Yeah, are you familiar, David?
Yes, I'm familiar.
He's
Okay.
fine. This is good for him.
I'm dad bod, but I run. I've lost 25 pounds recently.
Hey,
so
congrats, dude.
All
thanks.
right. Well, that's
But no,
that's good that it's
He's
recently.
and he's also motivated, which means he's moving a lot. And yeah, this is a
Oh,
good
man.
pick. This is a good pick.
And if you're 5'10", 265, then
Well,
you
you
got
want
some
him-
big calves.
But you do want some lower people to anchor that thing down. You want to be pushing from. There is a fulcrum. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're too tall and pushing, then you're losing a lot of energy.
So, David, are you familiar with the sofa races?
I was on the team when the couch broke, and I built the that wooden monstrosity. So yeah, I'm familiar.
Oh, okay, all right. I
Wait a
remember
minute.
you.
So you are. This is okay. Hold on a second. This is like having the murderer show up to the scene of the crime. Like you failed us so many times, and you
I
have
need
the-
redemption.
And you have the audacity to call in here and show your face.
I did feel bad about that year because we were making fun of you on the stage, and all you did is try to help us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
All
was
you
my
did-
fault. I apologize.
You spent countless nights
Yeah,
building
sleepless
building a couch, and you brought it all to a lot of work for
You know,
us
I-
to just make fun of you on
I
stage.
heard his girlfriend broke up with him, and because of this couch.
So I feel just because I feel bad about the original time you helped us out, you're in too, David.
Good job.
Sweet, thank you. Thank you.
Now we do need one more person. Now we can get Slaughterhouse Jeremy. Huh?
Could we get that? What did that? Do you think?
Wait,
we could-
who's the third?
Let's get the Island Boys.
Well, the third is the original BDM.
The guy that's building the couch,
building,
gotcha.
yeah. And then you got some friend. You got a friend, David?
Yeah. My buddy who ran it with us when we broke it wants to do it again as well because he wants redemption.
Wait, but is he a big dude or what?
He's 6'3", like 220.
That's not bad.
Okay,
All right, I
all
think
right.
that's our only shot.
And what about Tina? It's a Tina I know, right? It's not. You're not surprising me with some big Tina.
No, it's
No.
Pitbull Tina.
I know Tina.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's a great.
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
And I feel like she could drive, and like
Yeah,
I said,
she's tough.
It's mainly the lawsuit part of,
Yeah.
whoever, because, David, Trevor, they're going to be drunk, and then inevitably the couch is going to fall apart, and she's going to go rocking
into the cobblestones.
while her pit bull's biting everybody.
Do we have a helmet? Can the Pitbull ride on the couch with her?
I think yes,
That would be awesome.
until it falls off.
And they run it over. But then it doesn't die because pit bulls are tough. It just pisses it off, and it goes into a bite frenzy. It goes into a literally, because I don't know if you know this about pit bulls. They're very difficult to kill. My
Yeah.
dad once backed over a pit bull, and it went into a bite frenzy, and it started killing people. It started snap crazy.
Then it's biting.
It'll bite everything.
It's
It'll
biting its own dead legs.
Yeah, it'll bite anything. At that point, it's just a biting machine. It's not even alive. It's not self-aware.
All right.
It's just mouth.
All right, you guys are in. We'll meet you at Sofa and Suds on Sunday. I think you have to get there a little bit early.
I'm glad you don't know
I need you
about
guys to
nothing.
dress. I need you guys to wear red polos and khaki pants.
Well, Trevor's been asking for polos for years.
Red polos, khaki pants.
Hold on, didn't we had T-shirts for the last team, right?
We
I
just
think
used.
Butler made those, right?
Oh God,
Oh, God.
he's on
Does he-
vacation.
Call Butler and ask him if he brought his cricket machine on vacation. We're gonna need some of his sassy wine gal shirts.
I can get some shirts. My wife will make some shirts.
Does she have a
All
cricket
right.
machine? Does she have a cricket?
She does.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want the sassiest shirt. I want one that says, I just want a bottle of wine and all the cats.
So we need size 4 Chungus, 1 girl size, 1 pit bull.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right. You're both in. We love you. Be good.
Thank you.
All right.
You guys too. Thanks.
Okay.
All right.
One of those guys, I think Trevor, is that his name? Trevor?
Trevor.
He's all business. That guy does not. He didn't like my tomfoolery.
No.
I don't even know why I listen to this.
We're never gonna win again.
No, we have no
we-
chance because
yeah.
we don't take it seriously.
Yeah. We were close when I had the plan of getting the nice couch and then the super athletic pushers.
Dudes. Yeah.
But now that
That fell apart.
I
Yeah.
thought we should go. No,
because Audi's gonna come strong again because they don't,
the only way to battle Audi at this point, I've been saying this to you, I've been saying it to Sam, I've been saying it to Mike Smith, to Paul from the West End and Celery City, we need to disrupt the system. And what I mean by that is Audi thinks that the most important thing is to win and be the fastest couch.
Yeah.
We need to change what's the most important thing. So if we hired the out-of-work girls from Baywash Bikini Car Wash to push and made our couch a spectacle, then we put most of the love and the attention back into that side of it. Then Audi goes for that. Then we flip back to speed. We win, and that's how we flip it back.
Gotcha. So we have to get Audi to.
We got to hoodwink them
Switch
into
their strategy.
thinking that the most important part is the crowd favorite.
Yeah, but I feel like their whole culture is German engineering fast.
Because we all brag about them. If we just don't talk about them and don't give them the shine, right? Then they'll have to. They're
Then they pivot. Then we go back.
correct.
Or if they have any sort of malfunction, then
They won't.
they're too well built.
Do you see the last time? This is not a joke. Now I'll turn off my being silly. Last time we did this, Audi brought a separate little box of parts for their couch. They had like
backup?
they had
the backup
like
wheel.
the way that it's
Wow.
welded. There's a shock in the front that it's an actual it pivots. It's got pistons the way that their steering works, and they
Okay.
had a whole a unit, and they had a secondary unit in case that one goes bad. They have extra wheels.
Now,
They
what's
got-
our backup plan?
We got
No,
nothing.
we got nothing. I
We
mean,
got nothing.
barely even
Extra
have.
fat guy. Yeah. Oh, good job. What you guys brought? I got my cousins here. Great.
We always have an extra fat guy.
Yeah, it's
we
me.
would never run out of fat guys.
No, unlimited supply.
I'm not joking. I said,
At least you don't have little red here again to put a flamethrower on the back of it, and we almost blew ourselves up.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
we weren't
that
even
one?
allowed to use the flamethrower.
No, they got mad at us.
that was
That was the
old
golden
school.
years.
That was like
yeah,
year 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was fun. That was
Those
back
are-
when it was fun, wasn't corporate. This is all corporate.
We didn't even have it.
Too many safety precautions. There was a lot of craziness in those first couple years.
There's blood.
Injuries,
The
yeah.
first year we did it, there was a guy that got smashed, and I think he died.
Well, there was almost fights breaking out,
Yep.
and they were going because that
There's
was
still fights.
The girl on our couch was trying to fight somebody. She said, "I'm a bad bitch." And she
Yeah.
jumped
Oh, yeah.
somebody on a barrel of hay.
Yeah, she did.
that was a year that we had them crisscross,
Yep.
and that was
Yeah,
a horrible
it was
idea.
dangerous.
And then it just started where they crisscrossed, they would fight, and then people were pulling each other off the couches, and then
Pretty awesome.
And then
Our
we
couch went into the crowd. I was
And then
like,
you could
"What the
always
hell?"
count on the Imperial coming by with some lady in a thong.
yeah,
Yeah, finally.
then we were annihilated drunk,
Yep.
or we couldn't even get the names right.
I like Stanford Flowers winner. Play the Champions League music.
And then, we every single time we could say the name wrong of every single business.
Well, the one that we have to apologize to the most is always I think it's Love Your Shorts Film Festival.
oh yeah. We kept calling it Salute Your Shorts, and then we called the shorts. Yeah. And then they'd have to remind us, and we're like, "What is this?" All right.
Oh my God. We got a little bit of time. You want to do some voicemails?
Yes.
Okay, we got time. I got voicemail. Sam, if you got any emails, pull those out too.
Again, Sofa and Suds, the Sanford couch races are Sunday. It's gonna, dude. Have you seen the weather?
Yeah,
the weather's gonna be perfect.
It's like a high 69.
I might wear my. We can talk about it. I got my overalls.
Oh yeah, he's got him in.
I got them in.
You should wear your overalls.
I'm gonna wear. I think I'm gonna
Well,
wear.
what
my
are you
overalls.
wearing, Tom?
You got overalls? You need to wear them with
No,
me. We can be
I'm
the
not-
farm boy.
I was gonna
not
say
wearing
Mario
overalls.
and Luigi.
Yeah, you got
No.
green overalls?
Yes.
Because mine are blue.
No, I'm not wearing overalls. I'm wearing the Sofa and Suds T-shirt, branded.
Why are you always gonna be so
And
boring?
shorts.
Don't wear shorts. It's gonna be cold.
Guys.
It's gonna be cold.
Your villain shorts?
My legs don't get cold. I'll wear like a hoodie or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't get cold. I get cold legs, man.
Yeah.
No, my legs are like sticks. They are impervious.
feeling.
Yeah,
My
to the
legs are like
elements.
sticks too. I have a Photoshop. I have a picture I want the BDMs to Photoshop. I like pulling my pants up real high.
Like you think bone legs would get cold, but I don't have any feeling really. It's
Like-
just they are fine.
Like my legs, my feet get like really cold.
Oh yeah.
My flanks will get cold, and my muffin will get cold.
I got hot muffin.
So you got hot
I
muffin
got
cold
hot
sticks.
Sometimes I have to just pull my shirt up like this and just leave my love handles out and just let my belly just have to gas it off gas it. All right, voicemail. Let's start with an email, Sam, because we've been
Okay.
neglecting emails.
All right. Another one where Butler's not here to defend himself. Butler is a know-it-all who does not, in fact, know it all. I just listened to the BDM show Tom's Chopping Point, and I went from really loving Butler's chopping ways to getting really aggravated by him in the span of 30 minutes. Sorry, Butler, I really do love it when you rub the rest of the team the wrong way, but you can't and shouldn't always be the heel of the show. To me, the point at hand that Tom didn't really get across wasn't just that Butler makes declarative statements. Tom does that too and gets called out for it a lot. It's that Butler thinks he's absolutely correct because he defends his statements with asinine arguments about people he knows who may know something on the subject, though he doesn't go so far as to actually ask them about it, just rather asserting that he somehow has inherited their knowledge on a subject by virtue of simply knowing them, but will not admit that
God,
himself
y'all get into this.
knows
I'm
nothing
just
about
like-
it. They're really into it.
I'm just like looking at him like, ha ha ha. Like, it's real service. Like, I don't go as far. Ha, ha, ha.
Daniel doesn't even know what you're talking about.
I'm like, what the F is happening?
Should I stop reading?
I know, like, no, seriously, because everything to me is just like, ha ha ha, and then I move on. I like having fun. I don't like being like.
Well,
God.
he's analyzing it.
At least Tom usually eventually arrives at the realization that he is a comedy show host and not a professional anything else. Butler doesn't seem to have that same level of self-reflection. Your mom was a dental manager in Virginia, so that means you somehow know the pricing information for every provider in Florida before and after every dental insurance company pays their piece? You are getting your own house plumbed, so you are certain you know why the space above the studio leaks? If you know so much about plumbing, then plumb your own fucking house. Oh,
Oh my God! You know what that was? She felt comfortable because
I was reading.
She was reading, and then
she
she
got
was
mad
like,
at
"I
Butler."
agree with her."
I don't actually. I
She's
actually
like,
disagree with this guy.
This guy's got the goods. Get that. in there.
You should have a couple of nerd tattoos, so you know how Dan, a guy who has damn near 50% of his skin covered in tattoos, should take care of his tattoos instead of following the advice of a professional tattoo artist who
But-
does this all day for years.
Butler did text me during the Groove Soaps thing, and he said, "I don't know about those tattoo recovery kits." I'm joking. I'm really excited to try these Groove Soaps tattoo recovery kits.
Because I will eventually, when you call me out, I'll be like, I don't know nothing.
That's not always true, though.
It's usually the first
a
thing
lot
I
of time
say.
he tries to die on a hill about something he knows nothing about.
Me or Butler?
Both of you.
Well,
Both
no,
of you. That's why I
Butler-
say you're both the same.
I will.
Who would you
I'll die on
rather-
the hill if I believe something.
Who's cleaner?
Well, so does he. He believes it too. That's
But-
the thing.
but that's
you
why I get
both
so
believe
mad.
things you don't know.
He doesn't even believe it. That's why I'm mad at him, because I look in his eyes. I'm like, you don't believe it. Anyway, there's a difference, and it seems similar, but it makes me mad.
The thing I see that I'm not trying to. He's not here, and I don't want to.
Yeah. Maybe I should have waited until he was
It's
here.
fine.
But
Look, we love Butler. Butler's here. There was a disagreement. It was real, but hey, I like the fact that we can talk about it. But I will say that there are times when I look at him and I am conditioned. This is on me now. I am conditioned when I say something to look at him because I can see the doubt in his eyes, and it makes me feel like I don't know anything.
What do you mean? When
I'll say something and then I'll already see his face going to, "Are you sure?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can see it.
But for what I'm mad at, I don't think for any reason. Like, he's doubting it, but there's no doubt.
Wow.
No doubt. Don't speak.
He's walking in spiderwebs.
You know what? You might be right.
Great song. And the fact that you referenced spider webs, dude, that's the second imaginary fist bump you've gotten today.
It's just, because he's doubting it, but with no real reasoning behind it. He's just like, it's kind of like, and a buddy of mine does this, and he does it on purpose, but I think it's slightly because he's got some sort of dusting of Asperger's. But he'll just a contrarian to everything. And he'll just do that. It's like kind of what trolls have or whatever. It's like some sort of you get pleasure out of just saying the opposite.
My daughter is that person.
My wife accuses me of that being that person because she'll say something, and I do this often.
No, you're a boil down guy. I know what she's gonna say. Like if I came in here and I said, "That guy just insulted me," and you'd go, "Slow down. What really happened?" And then I'll lay it out there, and then it almost like you force me to pull the emotion out of it and see that I'm putting my own level of emotion on it rather than looking at it like a declarative statement with no emotion attached. Is that what you're describing?
Well, that I'll do that, but also I'll then like question or guess what other people are saying a lot, or I'll question it out loud, and then she'll say, "Quit doing what you do on the show. We're not on the show right now. Just listen to my GD, what I'm saying, and stop trying to turn it into a segment or whatever." And I'm not really. I'm just like, is that how it works, or like I don't know about that. I'm just, and I can't help myself. Because what
you
saying,
also go bye-bye when she's
right.
Get mad as hell.
You gotta separate your life, man.
I'll just question.
God, it's almost like you're a show host that doesn't know when the show begins and the life begins. Never worked with those guys before.
Just to finish this email up, he says, "There's no shame not knowing stuff, but there is shame in acting as if you know more than someone." Or I'm sorry, know more about something than people who know 100% more about something than you do. Stay in your lane, advertising dummy. Then again, no one asks me for my opinion either. Am I like Butler? Damn.
Oh, I see what he did. He did the big reveal at the end. Well, that was a good analysis. I'm sorry that I don't get that deep.
Yeah. I guess there is, and I promise if I do this, call me on it. Call me on everything.
I try
please.
to.
Call me on everything. Call me.
Please do that.
I'm fine with it.
On everything. Call me.
I'm fine with any criticism or anything. You're like, this is what
No,
you do.
you're
It's
not. 'Cause
annoying.
You'll simply just go, "I refuse to believe that." And that's how the conversation always ends.
But I want you to tell me, like, whether I believe it or
we
not.
all have our ending thing, right? For me, I'll just be like, I don't care. And then you usually go, I refuse to believe that. And
Right.
you'll go, I disagree. And
then I'll just go, okay, because
wait.
it's like, how many times am I going to keep saying the same thing?
But I'll put it in the category in my brain of like, hey, this is how people feel about this, and it may dissuade me from doing that in the future, or have some. I'll put it into the equation.
It's filed, you mean?
I'll file it. I'll be like, okay, people don't like when I do this.
So you're saying that all three of us file. You're accusing Butler of not filing.
Yeah, I think there's no files.
Come on, man. This guy's not even here.
I'm joking. Oh, God. He's fine. He's not listening.
Send him the tape. That's what they do back in the day.
Files.
They do. You'd
I'm
go
just
away.
messing with him.
Back in the day, you'd go away on vacation. You'd be, oh man, Dirty Jim's really
gonna get me good.
And I'd be sitting some beach fat.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what's
But that's
happening?
what you have to learn how to do when you leave. You don't listen to the damn show you're on.
I check in on Twitch all the time.
We're not doing your fault.
You're paranoid. And so do I. So do I.
I'm like, oh, I bet they're not on time
Yeah,
with the
you're
interview
right.
I scheduled.
And you're right. And I'm like, one time, I'll never forget this. One time, I forget what interview it was. I've never admitted this. You set up an interview, and we went to do it, and then you didn't say anything, and they never called, and I acted as if they
Didn't happen.
I acted as if it never was a
Didn't
thing.
exist.
I went on with my life.
It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, I feel
You
better
got to
now.
take those breaks every once in a while, like Ari said.
All right, I got one for you. We were talking about technology passing you by.
Yeah.
My Novocaine wore off finally.
Oh, yeah.
I'm good. You did a nice job. Thank you, Dr. Curley. Shout out to Dr. Curley.
We need a dentist sponsor.
I wish that
I
Dr.
tried
Curley.
hooking up with one.
I don't think they need sponsors.
Man, that place was hopping. When I walked in there was money flying out the back of it, just pumping money out. I'm like, oh my god!
Like everybody ruining their teeth and then pay me to fix it. I'm like, damn, that's a good profession.
There was a guy.
because everyone does ruin their teeth.
There was a guy in there that had more pills in his hand, his pre-meds to take, that he had teeth in his head. I'm like, is that your teeth or your pills? Your pre-med. Here's a voicemail message.
Hey, what's up, guys? Listening to ACT, and you're talking about like technology passing you by, and you know, basically we all have to admit that we're all losing out on some part of it as we get older here. And I was just thinking about this whole Facebook, changing its name to Meta, because the next big thing everyone thinks and is betting on is this metaverse stuff. Like Ready Player One, how we'll almost live our lives in this virtual reality, and some people are already touching base with it, right? They got the AR type goggles and stuff walking around, or glasses.
Have you guys used the Oculus Rift AR? Any of that?
No.
I've tried it once.
I've never even put them on.
I've put it on once, and I was, and again, I'm sure there's awesome rigs, but the one that I saw was pretty underwhelming. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, that's cool.
I did do some VR thing over at Smooth Nipples' house once.
That sounds awesome. That's a great statement. Wow. So you were at the woodshed.
Yes, I was.
Getting the rope tease.
Was it cool?
No.
Yeah,
That's why I forgot about it, and then I was like, oh yeah, I did do that one time.
I don't think any of the three of us are VR people. I do believe Butler would enjoy it. I think I will eventually enjoy it. I think it's not right for me yet, but I can see it being a cool. I'm not anti it at all. It's just for me, it's not there yet.
So I can make the logical jump, and I'll start with this, right? So we used to just naturally exercise because that's what we had to do to live, right? We had to go and gather our food and work to stay alive.
Huh? Hunter. I'm a hunter.
Okay. Well, the hunting, you had to chase the buffalo.
No, I'm just letting you know. You said I was gathering.
Okay.
No, sir.
So you had to run and chase
I have a penis.
You had to chase the buffalo or find the beans. Anyway, so
no, I'm not a bean finder.
Anyway,
I'm a buffalo hunter.
But so that's how you exercise. So then, as we evolved into modern day civilizations,
hold on a second.
We had to mimic chasing the buffalo or finding the beans.
I can't even put. I would have been a bean gatherer. I'm too little.
By pelotons and running and jogging and exercising, right? Because
I got a digital bean.
we had to keep ourselves fit because we, keep ourselves healthy or
correct.
Whatever. So we were able to basically mimic what we used to do with this and get the same result.
It's
right?
the hack I'm doing for my brain with the cardio every single day.
So we go on vacation to see the mountains or see the Grand Canyon or see Niagara Falls or whatever because we get some sort of endorphin rush or fulfillment out of that, right? When we transition into being able to get the same fulfillment out of seeing something digitally, then you start making the logical assertion and that, all right, well, you didn't need to see the real Grand Canyon to get the same, you saw the digital Grand Canyon. So, but does that give you the same feelings and the same endorphins and the same, brain chemicals? Because that's why we do it, right? If we saw a digital version or the real thing. And I think that will, if we do, then I would make the next logical assumption that we could live in a virtual place, because if that virtual fake the endorphins is the same as the real endorphins seen in real life, then what's the difference, right?
Right. Now, I don't...
Except for one's not real, one's real, but if you're getting the same out of it, then...
and of course they would measure that and they would see, and there'd be arguments about it, I'm sure. You know what's interesting is that you mentioned Peloton. I think beginning of this week or Friday of last week, they announced that they have their newest product is basically a Xbox Kinect. If you remember that, it is a camera or a series of cameras and a microphone. It comes with a heart meter, and then I believe some other wearable that you need in order to track your body geometry. Yeah. And you set it in front of your TV, you load up the classes, and it will scan your body, and I guess it's sophisticated enough to know which positions you need to be in when you're doing strength training. And it will correct your form on the side of, like, digitally on the side of the screen. It'll just say, hey, you need to straighten up a little bit, flatten your back out, or hey, you know, you got an arch in your back that could be dangerous, flatten that out, or try, you know. And I was looking at it, I was like, that's pretty darn. Now, I'm not going to buy one. I got enough. Look, man, the Peloton is just too damn expensive. But I can see where, for people that don't have the ability to go to the gym, or don't like going to the gym, and it can be kind of intimidating to go there and wing around weights. Doing it alone in your living room is a lot more attractive to people.
So essentially, you can go down the road where this ends up into a Matrix type scenario where you can
That's similar, right? I mean, it's
you
reading
can make
you.
you can make the argument that you're living in a simulated world and your brain's still getting all the same chemical enjoyment because you don't know that you're just sitting there attached to a bunch of things. You're just living.
Well, follow me
virtually.
with this. The workout could be better, right? Because let's say the virtual world is better for you because maybe you're a recluse, or maybe you don't. Socially, you're not as good. You know, maybe it's intimidating for a lot of bigger people, and I'll, like, for even me, it's intimidating to go to the gym sometimes. And if you don't know how to use certain things, or if you're using free weights, or, you know, I can see where you would get self-conscious or have some anxiety about that. It might be a better workout for you to do it in your living room and just be in the metaverse.
But is that a dystopian type society that people are afraid of?
It doesn't have to be, right?
Now no one's living a real life. Everybody's living in a virtual.
But that's the fear
We're
part of it.
going that way anyway.
But that's the fear part of it, right? Is that we always look at it and you want to go dystopian. You want to go like, well, everything's gray and the world is crap, and then we live in a beautiful fake. It doesn't have to be that way. It could be a little bit of both, and we just benefit from awesome technology.
It could help humans stop ruining the world, like you're looking at the virtual Grand Canyon instead of the real one. You know what I'm saying? There's less people there. I don't know. So like, there's probably some benefit to pollution or something, but then it's like, well, is that the same?
You said that like Scarface.
What?
Baloney. That's how Scarface says pollution, right? He's like these world is baloney. Right? That's what you just did. You were like, we need to stop this pollution. You became Andres for like a split second. His friend, Mr. Brown.
Bye-bye.